The team that keeps on giving, baby. Big Sil's National Football Show. Appreciate all of you coming aboard. As always, hit the like button. Out of the gate, first 15 minutes will be some of the most important 15 minutes. Please hit that like button. Also, subscribe. Xander told me something a year ago that like half of you watch the program, and all you have to do is hit that little subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. Just hit that bad puppy. We appreciate that. And also, all super chats go to the top. One of the greatest NFL players of all time, and maybe he gets his just dues this year. He is part of the broadcast team for the Detroit Lions. Big game on Sunday, obviously, at Lincoln Financial. 20-year veteran, Lomas Brown will join us. He's up for consideration for Pro Football's Hall of Fame. And we will talk with him, and I can promise you this. He loves him some Lane Johnson. That dude loves Lane Johnson, man. He is a big Lane Johnson fan. And we'll talk to the legendary Lomas Brown. That will be at 5:30. Big Z will be sitting with us at 3:30. We look forward to talking to all of you as well. Make sure you hit that like button, and thank you very much. Okay, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown. Misunderstood. Leader. Cancer. Some folks, again, will be on one side of the aisle with this conversation today. Cancer. Leader. One thing I could say this about A.J. Brown. There's nothing in the middle. This is who he is, and you either like him or you don't. You either think he's a great teammate or you don't. There's no gray area here. I actually like people like that. At least you know who they are, good or bad. Right? Okay. What is the one thing that you have noticed over the last 24 hours since A.J. Brown has gone on that show, that podcast, and some of the comments that he made yesterday in the locker room concerning the Philadelphia Eagles offense? What is the one thing that nobody else is reporting? What is the one thing that you've noticed? What is the most obvious thing that is coming out of this story and this drama in Philly? Anybody? Anybody? What's the one thing that you're noticing about this drama in Philly? Oh, that doesn't shock me, dude. Not involving Howie? Maybe. AJ Hurts? What's the one thing? Hey, by the way, you see these people that post this 7-2? Isn't it funny? That 7-2 doesn't matter to A.J. Brown. It only matters to fucking people like Bird Gangbang. I mean, it only matters to him and M. Reyes. Here's another guy. That 7-2 record doesn't even matter to A.J. Brown. It only matters to M. Reyes and Gangbang. That's it, baby. Okay? The only people right here, look at this, matters to M. Reyes and Gangbang. How you doing? Okay, I'll tell you flat out. Okay? You notice no other teammates have said that AJ's wrong? You notice nobody has said what the guy has been saying is wrong? AJ needs to follow along here. Even the quarterback's not addressing it. Has anybody noticed Not one teammate is telling him to shut up, and every teammate is silent. He's not wrong. Or his teammates would be telling people in the media he's wrong. I'm going to tell you what and where I'm going in a minute here. And many of you may not like it. But one thing is for sure. I have not heard one teammate say one negative thing about A.J. Brown and his comments. Whether it's the right thing to do by going in public and saying it, you could debate that. That's a different topic. But at the end of the day, A.J. Brown is calling Nick Sirianni out. Look at how many people waffled around that all day long today. I listened to every show. They waffled around it. A.J. Brown has a problem with Nick Sirianni. And really, in some aspects, so does Jalen Hurts. Their relationship's not great. Nick Sirianni. Here it is. A.J. Brown's blaming Nick. He is blaming Nick. Tell me I'm wrong. We ain't blaming the quarterback. I heard his comments about Jalen. Jalen's got so much shit to do. He's got to set protections. He's got people in his face. This guy's got a ton of shit that he's got to do. Kevin Patullo, I've never heard AJ say one negative thing about. I've never heard one negative thing about Kevin Patullo from AJ Brown. Well, there's one guy left in the building. He's fucking dogging Nick Sirianni. Seals Eagles beat the Lions and the Cowboys. You're in the playoffs. Yes. Jason is backing up AJ. Okay, Jason Kelsey's backing AJ up. Everybody's backing AJ. Well, who the fuck do you think AJ Brown is directing this shit at? He thinks, get this, guys. This is a take. I don't know this for a fact. Do you think that A.J. Brown is actually looking out for Jalen Hurts saying, you're fucking that guy over with that stupid-ass fucking philosophy of yours? You're fucking up a window of greatness with that. What's that thing that John and them guys risk averse? I'll have to look that shit up later. What do you think? This is fucking economics class? Or we're building an atomic bomb? Risk of what the fuck is that? Go play football, man. Sills, could you see a potential Jimmy Johnson situation happening back to back and then get fired? Well, no, I don't see that because that owner likes this kind of shit. Did you see Bob Lang peeking over AJ's shoulder or under it when he was speaking to the press? Yeah, that guy is up his ass because that fucking guy doesn't want any bad look. The number one directive from Jeffrey Lurie is never make the Eagles look bad, or the front office, or Howie, or him. The rest of those guys, they don't want guys talking shit on one another. Let me ask you something again here. Okay? A.J. Brown is, in my opinion now, he's looking at Nick Sirianni going, you're fucking greatness up. Is he not doing that? Is he not doing that? Is that guy not doing that? You got one of the worst passing offenses in pro football history for a contending football team. You got a star player saying it's not the quarterback. I heard him say it. One thing I could tell you, I don't believe A.J. Brown's a liar. Jalen Hurts and him have a business relationship. Now it's probably morphed into that after all the bullshit that's been going on in the locker room. I mean, right? And AJ's trying to express his comments that Nick Sirianni's philosophy on being conservative like that, dude, it's not about, hey, you know what? You know these losers that post 7-2? AJ wants better than 7-2. He wants a fucking Super Bowl. Okay? Dude. Hey, get this. My friend, I don't believe that you're going to have a 23 meltdown, but if you don't get this shit right, you're going to have a fucking meltdown to some extent. AJ's telling you that. By the way, AJ's trying to prevent a 23. Don't you agree AJ Brown's trying to prevent a 23 meltdown? And by the way, you see this fucking idiot? Everything this guy just posted, AJ said, is not true. You're not on track in his eyes. Only in M. Reyes' eyes. Can you imagine that? Some fucking lunatic comes in here and disputes a guy who's in the fucking locker room. And fucking this guy says you're on track for a Super Bowl. AJ Brown saying you're not. But this guy believes himself over a player who's in the locker room and everyone is defending. What a dick. This guy has no idea what he's talking about as usual. Everybody is defending AJ Brown. The player is pointing out you're not on the way there. But this guy still believes because you know why? He's got his Bob Lane glasses on. Think about that. And you got a plethora of assholes like that guy who believe that. Your own players don't believe it. Your players believe they have enough talent to win a Super Bowl, but they don't believe the way they're playing they're going to win. Your wide receiver surely doesn't. How am I reading that wrong? I fucking heard him. I heard him say that yesterday all day long. Some of you in here don't want to hear the truth. I mean, Sills, consider Jimmy telling you and Jerome not to get after the quarterback. Just hold the line. The team is winning, but just clog up the middle. Yeah, no. Get this. You know what we would both say? We'd both walk in there and go, JJ, man, let's get the best out of us here. That's just getting the job done. Talk about frustrated. You bet we would be frustrated. You bet we would be. Seals, the man Jalen had a winning record before Sirianni ever became a coach. Did he not take his record on too? Nick Sirianni has taken on the organization's record. That's not his record. It's the organization's record. Name me one thing he's done to build that football team. Has he built the quarterback into being a prolific passer? No. Did he add any players on the team? Were there any decision-making? No. Were there any coaches? Some bad, mostly bad by him, but the organization would come in. He didn't hire Vic Fangio. They didn't hire Vic Fangio. Front office did. It's early in the season. Jalen will run more, and that will really open up. Yeah, I think he has to too, my friend. I think he has to run, and that'll open up the passing game and get the run game going. Yes. Dude, Nick Sirianni, like I told you before, he's a librarian. And I think the guy that A.J. Brown doesn't have respect for is Nick. I think he likes Nick. I don't think he likes Nick's football mind and his football IQ because he doesn't have any. Nick had to hire his homeboy who never called plays. And how's that working out? How's that working out? Sills, I still haven't forgotten Jalen's straitjacket comments and his post-Super Bowl comment about Nick hiring Kevin. Right. Straitjacket. Nick Sirianni in a straitjacket. Puts the players in a straitjacket, and the players don't want to be. They want to be more open to like fulfilling the greatness of all the players that are in the huddle. Get this, guys. The guy's only use is to grab coffee and donuts. Thank you, Kev. Here, look, M. Reyes is great for content because not one player, get this. This is perfect. One of the fastest to get to 55 wins. Yeah, he's George Seifert. Nice librarian. Yeah. George Seifert had a better record than this fucking guy. better record, and they fired him. He's a fucking doorkeeper. Hey, by the way, AJ's calling someone out. It ain't Hurts. We found that out. It ain't Kevin Petula. We now know it's Nick. Why can't people in the media say it? AJ's got a problem the way Nick runs the offense. I mean, what's Jalen running? Buddy Shower? Dickerson? He can't reach the edge anymore. The Packers nose tackle outran him. I don't believe that. I think Jalen Hurts, there's nothing wrong with Jalen Hurts. I mean, Landon Dickerson now, not being able to get out in the perimeter. Hey, corporate pump? Yeah. Well, I think that's got a lot to do with his injuries. I really do. And I don't think he can get out there on the perimeter like he can, and he couldn't have passed. Sills, it's Nick's offense, and he refused to take control and run with it. Okay? Right. That alone should tell you all you need to know. Hey, Prince, this is Nick Sirianni that they're bitching at. The players are bitching at Nick. And no one's saying AJ's wrong. Don't you guys see that? Nobody's calling AJ out on the team. Hey, dude, the guys should sit down and be quiet. We're winning. Get this. We're the only ones saying that. Hey, by the way, just like fucking douchebag M. Reyes. 7-2. Funny? Nobody on the team is saying that. Hey, we're 7-2. We're number one seed in the NFC. Nobody's saying that. Everybody is defending AJ in their silence. Are they not? They're defending him. The only people that believe things are good are dingbats. Okay? If Eagles hired experienced DC on defense, why not do the same on the offense? Oh, wait. It's Sirianni and management fighting for control. Completely true. See what my favorite Kim, second favorite Kim, next to the one downstairs. I said this to Z earlier. Zero coincidence. Darius and Jahir ratified as soon as they got there. They were excited to come here. What's really going on? You're right, Kim. When they first initially got here, they're like, I can't wait to be an Eagle. Then all of a sudden they got here and they said, I gotta pull away from the game. Dead on, Kim. I thought Nick had no say in the offense. That's not what AJ's saying. Hey, Khalid, do you agree? How many people in here agree with me that AJ Brown is calling out the head coach? Not one person on the air in WIP or any print in Philly is calling out the head coach right now. AJ Brown is calling out the head coach. Get this. I heard John today say this. John did it in a nice way. You know what he said? Well, it's the way they want to run the offense through the head coach. Well, fuck, that's who he's calling out then, John. That's who they're calling out. And the players in their silence are calling Nick out. How are you not there? No person in that building is saying to tell Brown, shut the fuck up. That's an indictment on Nick Sirianni. Love Big Marsh. Didn't one of your great listeners tell you this a little? Nicky running this offense. How you doing, Big Cells? Still think AJ needs to stop. We'll get to whether the method, Marsh, I think you're right on the method. Okay? I do. I think you're right. I mean, but then again, if they're not listening to him, maybe he has no. Dude, that guy's not stupid. Marsh, thank you, man. Marsh, that guy's not stupid. I think T.O.'s stupid. I don't think this guy's stupid. Marsh, I do not think that A.J. Brown's stupid. Is Nick's contract still a secret? Ooh. Yeah. I know what Todd Bowles signed for. I know what Sean Payton signed for. I know what Mike Tomlin signed for. Not Nicky. I told you, man. I think the guy's making between 12 and 13, I heard. That's what Howard Eskin said. 12 and 13? Lane Kiffin's going to make more money at Ole Miss. He's going to make more money at Ole Miss this coming year. And Mississippi. So I'm starting to think Howie does care if they get an experienced coach to run the offense. I think Nick does, and the analytics department do. Yeah, bro, that's the way you do business. Let me ask you this. Have you ever hired an experienced head coach in Jeffrey Lurie's time outside of Ray Rhodes? And a guy who was a head football coach. Have you ever in your life ever hired a coach that had any NFL head coaching experience? The answer is no. Even Andy Reid, he was a quarterback coach in Green Bay. You think there's any coincidence they don't want anybody's? Now I know why you didn't want to hire Cliff Kingsbury. He had an idea of how he wanted. Cliff Kingsbury didn't get that job because you know why? He would have been a perfect coach for Jalen. Look at the body of work that he has with working with the players that he has. I mean, there's no question. That guy would have been a great hire for Jalen. But he had ideas on what he wanted, and they went, yeah, I don't think so. Then they tried to blame it that he wanted to fire Stoutland. I talked to Doug Williams. That turned out to be a lie. That's not true and why he didn't get the job. He wanted to coach Jalen the same way that Shane Steichen did. Organization didn't want it. Dude, they controlled the offense and the money through the coordinators and the approach. By the way, the head coach doesn't believe in the quarterback. Do you agree with this one? I am more convinced that this guy's a fucking buffoon as a head coach. He's a fucking buffoon. So let's go here with the facts here and why I'm calling him a fucking buffoon. If you've got all this talent and you think Jalen can do it, why don't they try it? Because the coach doesn't believe in him. A.J. Brown's calling the head coach's scheme out. What the fuck else do you people need to hear? Get this. Every day it's the same shit. We are commenting, folks. You see Marquise, whatever this fucking guy's name is? Because it's something new every day, guy, based off the same bullshit. That's your team. I cover what goes on daily on your team, not shit I make up. This is your Philadelphia Eagles on a day-to-day fucking basis. It makes no sense now. AJ's calling out Nick and his culture. There you go. There you go, my good friend, Big Marshall. You got it, baby. Great stuff. Absolutely. Guys are getting it. Thank you, Steve-O. Look at him smoking that cigar. Nick is not completely the problem. Hurts, yes. Hurts has limitations to capabilities, arm talent, etc. The team knows this and wants to go back to 22 Hurts. Upper management wanted to see Hurts progress, but it ain't happening yet. So it's all subjective. Hey, Steve-O, they hire passing coordinators, though, Steve-O. Steve-O, they hire. Why are you hiring passing coordinators? That's for Nick. Nick, get this, guys. Let me ask you something here. Who needs a babysitter on the sidelines? Nick. Who needs coaching around him? Nick. Not Jalen. Dude, Jalen Hurts. His approach to the game is not the problem. It's Nick's approach to the game. That's the problem for the players. They're winning in spite of, hey, get this. Here's the comment. They're not winning in spite of Hurts. They are winning in spite of that fucking coach. We figured it out through AJ. AJ's telling you, we are winning in spite of Nick. Who changes a play on 4th down unless you're frustrated with the sidelines and their coaching? Who does that? Players they've had it. They've had it. That's right. Nick is not completely the problem. Hurts has limitations to capabilities, arm talents, etc. The team knows this. And once you go back to 22 Hurts, upper management wanted to see Hurts progress, but it ain't happening yet. So it's all subjective. Steve-O, once again, though, man, this guy is an RPO quarterback and has passing limitations. He's not any of those guys like Josh Allen. Do you know what you don't hear ever in Buffalo? Well, guess what? AJ's out this week. Ooh. The running back's out this week. Ooh. An offensive lineman's out this week. Ooh. You never hear any of that shit because it doesn't matter in Buffalo because Allen's got to do it himself. You never hear, well, the wide receiver's out. You can't even name their wide receivers. Fucking nobody talks like that. He is limited. But he has strengths that win games. Yeah, right. That is a lie with turnovers. He's struggling with turnovers? Let's take a look at that. He's struggling. What a fuck. I mean, you'll make anything up to make your boy sound good. Okay? And by the way, he is good. Jalen Hurts is good. And by the way, I am not going to sit here and debate at all anything Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen. It's an asinine conversation. It's asinine when you talk like that. Asinine. Josh Allen has 5 turnovers, and he's struggling with turnovers. And he's got 15 touchdowns, and he's the only fucking player on that team. Struggling. Yeah, struggling. Right. He struggles because there's no A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith on that freaking team. Stupidity. Your guy is unique. Stick to that. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to any of that debate any longer. We've had that conversation, and that's in the rear view mirror. He's a limited passer. We win because of talent alone. Our scheme is holding. Your scheme, AJ's afraid your scheme is going to hold you back from potentially winning multiple Super Bowls. That's his fear. That's his fear. Okay? Seals, come on, man. I get it. The AJ narrative gives us something to talk about, but it's obvious that Lori behind the scenes is mediating this crap. We cannot repeat without him, period. I'm not dumping on him. I'm not dumping on AJ Brown. What? Have you heard me say anything negative? I have not said, you know why I'm not going to say anything negative about AJ Brown? Because the players aren't. Why would I say anything negative on the guy when the players haven't? The players are backing him. Dude, the players, they like Nick. I'm not saying they don't. But there's no question they're calling the quarterback out. Or the head coach out. The upper management doesn't want their $250 million investment hurt. They want him to go back to 22 Hurts because of that injury factor. Dude, they're not running to he's not anything near 22 because he doesn't run the ball. I don't think, hey, Steve-O, I disagree with you, bro. And I appreciate you, man, but I don't think they want him to go back to 22. I think they want him to be something completely different. I think they wanted him to be they don't want him to be an RPO. They don't run any RPOs. The quarterback hasn't run in the. Hey, Kyle, who put that stat up the last 5 games? How many rushing yards Hurts has? Compared to how many he had in the first part of. Hey, by the way, compared to what you had in the first 5, over the last, 4 games? What are you guys, 2-2? Look at the last 4 or the 4 games prior to that and how many times he took off running. You're 2-2 over the last 4 games. Prior to that, take a look at how many rushing yards he had prior to these last 4 games. 55 yards he's had in the last 4 games. 55 yards rushing. That's not RPO, my friends. That's them throwing them 5-yard outs, 5 yards, and hammering those zone runs. Boom, 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 boom. Here's the Eagle offense. I think it's become as predictable as it can be. 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards. Zone run, 2 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards. Make a mistake, they make a play, they're going to beat you. That team's not going to score 30 points in game. I think you've only scored 30 points once this year in 9 ball games so far. The other one, offensively, I'm saying, you're not a high-powered offense. I mean, you're a tomato can offense. Dan AJ deleted all tweets praising which member of our organization. There's your answer. Why are we trying to rewrite history? Dude, he addressed Jalen yesterday, though. That was good enough for me. I agree with Xander. This guy had a teed-up shot to take an absolute shot at the quarterback, and he didn't want to go there. And that's a guy that's not going to not go there, and he would have strategically done it in a way. I went back and listened to it, too. It was teed up, and somebody teed him up to go right. Somebody was looking for a soundbite there, and he didn't give it to you. He could have easily have given you a soundbite by saying something like this. What do you think? And that's all you would have needed to know. But he didn't do that. Okay? No. See this? No. You mean AJ can't cope with the wins. You got the wrong guy, dude. I'm commenting on your player. I'm not putting the topic out. Okay? You got the wrong guy. Blame me for your players talking shit on him. I don't get this either. There were 6th in play calling. I didn't really think Johnny Morton was doing that bad a job. But I think Dan Campbell wants to run the ball more. You know what the number 1 running attack is in pro football? It's Josh Allen. Do you know what the number 6 passing attack is in pro football? It's Josh Allen. Wait a minute. I think they're 11th in passing. They're 11th in passing and 1st in rushing. And it's Josh Allen and their running back, and that's fucking it. How's that? How do you have less talent on your football team and you're with a better offense with lesser talent? How's that possible? You're the most gifted offense in pro football, and you don't act like it. After he talked about the offense, AJ and Sills in the same boat. Hate to see it. Think about that. Josh Allen's got the number 1 rushing attack in pro football. You got Saquon Barkley. Their old line's nowhere near what you have. And your wide receivers and your tight end are nowhere near Buffalo's. How the fuck are they better than you? Oh, let me guess. It's the quarterback. Even Sean McDermott. Oh, no, and Joe Brady. And Joe Brady. Get this. Yes, Sills. It's just Alan Cook. By the way, TF is Kean Coleman. Those guys are nowhere in the room what you have in Philly. Zero. They couldn't start on the Philadelphia Eagles. They could not start. Sills, reread my super. I said upper management doesn't want him to go back. Okay, Steve-O, you're dead on. Upper management doesn't want their $250 million investment. Okay? They don't want him to go back to 22 because of the injury factor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Steve-O. Yes, sir. You're right, brother. Thank you, Xander, for doing that, dude. Absolutely, Steve-O. You're dead on. She says, you think one day Jalen Hurts could grow to be a competent or decent quarterback? I think he's a decent quarterback right now, dude. Hey, Tom Brady can't run. You think Tom Brady will ever develop into being a decent runner? No. You think Tom Brady developed into being a good passer? Yeah. Jalen could be a better passer and make himself more complete. I think he's gotten light years ahead of what he was when he first came in the league in 21. Okay? I do. I think he's gotten a lot better as a passer. Get this though. Pump. The guy just learned how to set protections last year. High school quarterbacks know how. High school quarterbacks, they know how to set protections. Seals, in this game, my top two priorities is stopping Gibbs and Laporte to the tight end. Number 3 is St. Brown. Dude, they got a balanced offense and Goff spreads the ball around. AJ wants the 22 offense back. He wants the chemistry and the rhythm and the tempo. Dominating teams, not playing it too safe. The worst thing ever happened to the Philadelphia Eagles last year was how they won the Super Bowl. Not that you won it, was how they won it. Because they just stopped giving a shit about the passing game. It's almost like they've stopped. They just said, fuck the passing game. That's either that or something else is up. They just went, fuck it. Who cares? Right? I see tons of improvement from Hurts. That's right. When he went to Tom House, we reported that one of the first times because we got a friend who's friends with Teemu Selanne, and he ate at his restaurant, the former hockey player, and he was out there working with him out there, Rico. And everyone's like, he's not working with Tom House. Then it was reported he was working with Tom House. They saw him in his restaurant, Tom House and Jalen Hurts at Teemu Selanne's place. That's where he takes all of his clients, like Tom Brady, to eat at Teemu Selanne's restaurant they have out there in Southern California. And I know Teemu very well. And he goes, hey, Hurts is in here with Tom House. I was like, wow, really? Okay. Can the defense carry this team to the Super Bowl? No, not yet. Not yet. Not until we find out more corner position, safety position, and if Jalen Phillips will stay healthy. I mean, remember I told you guys you would love Jalen Phillips when healthy. Keep that in your minds. Don't let that fade away. When healthy, he is a good football player. I told you this, that you were going to like him. Okay? Dude, A.J. Brown's calling the head coach out. You need to have Coach on more. You mean Coach Tressman? I still left at the two of you. Oh, Coach Jason Brown. Good football talk, no BS, and old school conversations. Awesome. Hey, Jeff, you mean Coach Jason Brown? I think he enjoys coming on. And so I think we'll probably try to do that on a weekly basis. I really do. I think we will. Okay. Okay. I do. I think we'll. I absolutely do. I think we're going to do that. Let's see here. Patula wants Jalen to turn his back to the defense on play action. Recipe for disaster when he's under center. Dude, he's not a very good play caller. But he doesn't have to be great. Throw right, throw left, 5-yard passes. And he doesn't have to be a creative play caller. And that offense, what's creative? They do these Mickey Mouse plays every now and then. Dude, the most creative play they've ever had is the tush push. She goes, I think Nick ignores situational football to stick with his philosophy. You mean analytics? I think the analytics department is ruining your opportunity at winning multiple Super Bowls. Sorry. They are. The Philadelphia Eagles are in a golden moment right now. And A.J. Brown is telling you, he's screaming it. He is screaming it. So A.J. said he wants to help the offense contribute. The guy can get 10 fucking targets, catches is one thing. Can he get targets at all? Absolutely, man. He's not looking for, dude, Diane, he's looking for fucking greatness. Seals, talk me off the ledge. I think it's about to be a massacre Sunday. Lions are going to blow us out of the water and send Jalen and crew in the tailspin. I don't think that's a possibility because of the defense on that side of the ball and because of Vic Fangio. I don't believe that, Pump. I just don't. I don't think, hey, listen, I think AJ's concerned about some type of meltdown. This is the same carbon copy of what happened in 23. You beat a bunch of good teams early and faded against shitty teams like the Giants and the Cardinals. Explain that. Get this. In 2023, you beat teams that were better than you did in 22 in the regular season, right? And you fell apart. You had a better record against better football teams in 23. Then you fell apart. Sills, what is more important, the winning or running a competent offense on paper? This team should look much better than it does. And I think we get exposed in Detroit. Every possibility that could happen. Detroit's good on both sides of the football. They got great safeties. Corners, a little bit suspect. Okay, I think their linebackers are good. Their front four is really good. You don't have an advantage anywhere in that ball game. Quarterback, O-line, running game, D-line, linebackers, maybe. Surely not in the back. Well, surely not corner two. Or in your safety. They got the two best. They could have the two best combination of safeties in the league. How is your defense fucking better? You don't have a better. Who do you have that's better than Aiden Hutchinson? They're number 5 in defense. What are you fucking talking about? You're 25th or 18th. What are you talking about? You have a better defense. What are you talking about? Carter's not better than Aiden Hutchinson. How many people think Carter's played better than Aiden Hutchinson this year? Nobody. I said linebackers. Underdog been eating too many ramen noodle packs. Detroit is about to put out a blueprint on how to beat the Eagles, just like the Niners did in 23. That's some people's thoughts. Okay? That's some people's thoughts. Yes. Your other corner, horrible. So you bring those covering Ahmad St. Brown, right? Or that's going to go Q. Okay? Is that right? And you do give up the run. I think they're third and run rush offense, maybe second and running. Where are they right now offensively? Let's take a look at the Lions here, where they are offensively. Lions are sixth in offense. They're 10th in passing offense. They're sixth in rushing. They're second in scoring offense. Oh, they're going to put 30 up. And third down, they're 20th. They're a big score offense. Okay? Seals, if we beat them, what will you say after that? The Eagles do what they always do. They find a way to win. What will I say? Congratulations. Let me ask you something else here. How many people think the Eagles are bored? Offensively. Really, shit don't matter till you get to the postseason. They're just going to do enough to win a ball game. Let's get to the postseason. I saw the Lakers and Kobe do that all the time. I mean, I saw the Lakers do it. Well, you know why I threw this out? I'm just trying to figure out why you suck on offense. Got to be something. So I'm going to throw everything out. Okay, you don't want to blame the quarterback. Some of you don't want to blame the coach. Some of you don't want to blame the offensive coordinator. Is it complacency? There's a reason why you suck on offense. What is it? Just curious. I mean, I'm just sitting here and you got your star wide receiver calling out your head coach. You know what people in Philly will say? It's not the head coach. Well, then who the fuck is he calling out? He could have called AJ could have called Hurts out yesterday. He didn't. You know what they do in Philly? They tiptoe around saying what I just said. AJ Brown is fucking dog shitting your head coach. And nobody will be that blunt with it except for me. Well, this just in. AJ Brown's taking dog shits and pyramid shits on your head coach. That doesn't mean he doesn't like him. That doesn't mean he doesn't respect him as a man. I think he doesn't respect his football IQ. Since I have to apologize for the buffoonery from our fan base. As the leader of the pack, I believe we are not ready for the vaunted Detroit Lions. This is the game everybody wants to see, man. I wanted to see this game last year too. AJ, I know you're watching. Little birdie in your coaching locker room told me you watch. All good. Hey, believe it or not, I'm on your side, bro. I got you. You're taking a shit on that coach's philosophy. And I got to think that that's the front office's philosophy too. Howie Roseman's involved in the game plan. Howie Roseman sits in meetings. Howie Roseman reports back to his dad, Jeffrey Lurie, and tells him the approach they're doing. If you don't think Howie Roseman's not plugged in to everything that's going on in that room and in that coaching staff, fucking guys on the sidelines too, all that bullshit, and you don't think Lurie's in on it, you're out of your minds, and you got your head in the sand as always. Not all of you. 90% of you, you know what the hell you're talking about. It's poor play calling of a poorly designed offense. Okay? Well, That's not Kevin Petula. This is not Kevin Petula's fault. Kevin Petula's fault becomes an issue in game because of his situational play calling and lack their experience of. When it comes to putting the game plan together, that falls at the feet of the head coach. Dude, you know the buck stops here? The buck stops there. You can blame Kevin Petula all you want. Nick can override any play he wants. Hey, and by the way, your fucking guy is calling him out. AJ is one of the captains of the team, captains of the game in their passing game, and running has to step up, and he's not wrong for talking about it. You're right. He's one of the captains. Their game, get this, but I don't think their game is the passing game. Devontae said it last week. We're a run-oriented team. Bob, thank you, my friend. Sills, Kurt Warner hit the bullseye. AJ's is wired to be involved. It's not that the wins don't matter. The wins are hallowed because he's not part of the win. Hunters want to hunt. Not eat. That's right. That's correct. Hunters want to hunt and not eat your kill. Absolutely true, Bob. And I appreciate that. Absolutely, Bob. I think we're forgetting they're a dome team. Yeah, whatever. LJ is AJ's burner. Sills, how you doing? Who? Who's AJ? I mean, who's LJ? Dude, I've had stalkers my entire life. And I don't remember. There was a kid who used to come on our program a long time ago. And I mean, somebody reminded me of his name and I forgot it already because, you know, I try to give everybody opportunities and I forgot the guy's name. He told me his name. He used to come on, started talking shit on me. I said, I don't fucking care. So at the end of the day, whatever, stand at the back of the bus, go have it. I mean, I personally don't really care. Oh, my God, that guy, too. Yeah, no, it's all good, dude. Hey, New Jersey Maniac, right? I mean, geez. It makes me a pump. It makes me a little bit, you know, kind of feel funny when the dude's stalking another dude. I don't know. Seems kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? God bless AJ. Hey, that's right, man. A closed mouth don't get fed. Howie's philosophy. He's going to bite him in the ass unless he's willing to change. He's barking, ain't he? Sills. Hey, listen here, Josh. I think you're really one of the best ones we have here. Sills, we will look back on this Super Bowl window and have regrets like the 90s Cowboys because our front office didn't do all they could to maximize our opportunity with guys like AJ, Saquon, and Smitty. Yeah, that's what – hey, Josh, that's exactly what AJ Brown is saying, is what you just posted. That's exactly what he's saying. 7-2. Isn't it funny? Your own fucking superstar wide receiver is echoing what I'm saying. 7-2. Oh, fucking dorks. Some of you guys are just absolute fucking imbeciles. It's classic. Funny. It's great content. By the way, it's great use of content because all you have to do is watch buffoonery. Says, you know what's going to happen. Golf will have an off day. We will squeak by again, and everyone will say 8-2. He has. And AJ will be pissed on Monday because he'll get one target again. And we'll be back in the same conveyor belt. And we'll have Marquise going, we're talking about this again? Yeah. I comment on what you do daily. What the hell do you think I do here? We don't make this shit up. I don't make it up. I listen to what you guys say. How you doing? I don't. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. By the way, guys, hit that like button. We appreciate it. Yes, sir. Who's a better coach, Big Red or Belichick? Oh, I think who's the better offensive coach? Andy. Who's the better defensive coach? Bill. Who's the better talent evaluator? Bill. Remember, Patrick Mahomes wasn't drafted or wasn't brought to Andy Reid by Andy Reid. He was brought to him by John Dorsey. Everybody that went through New England's doorway, Bill Belichick signed off on. And he evaluated. And how many college campuses have you ever seen Andy Reid at? Nick Saban and Bill Belichick, they used to camp out at Alabama. Belichick's first stop was going to Alabama and looking at the talent they had down there. And listening to Nick. And you know what Nick would tell him? Nick would tell him about the rest of the SEC and what players he thought were good in the SEC. Okay? By the way, here, look at this. What is this here? Here, this guy is wonderful for ignorance. Belichick was zero competitive without Brady. Reid actually saw a Super Bowl with two different quarterbacks. Okay, let's put this in perspective. There's 3 quarterbacks in the National Football League right now that Bill Belichick drafted and are starting in the NFL right now. Jacoby Brissett, Mac Jones. He wasn't there for Drake May. But at one time, he had Brady, Garoppolo, Brissett in Indianapolis, and had one more that was starting in the NFL. 4 guys he had at one time. He recruited Amendola, Edelman. He recruited Gronk. He recruited all those star defensive football players. Name me one player that is better than any of the players Andy Reid has ever drafted. That is better, including Mahomes, than what Belichick has done. Yeah, Zappy, that's it. Name me one guy he's ever drafted, Andy Reid, that was better than any player. Mac Jones, that Belichick drafted. One. Name me one player, including Mahomes. Brady's better. Richard, right. Get this right here. He can't draft and he won 6 Super Bowls. And get this. He can't draft, and yet he coached Brady and LT. Okay. Yeah. LT. To be fair, quarterbacks get more opportunities. Okay. Matt Castle, he drafted, and he never started a down. Get this. Let me hook you up on Matt Castle. Matt Castle never started a down. A down. Okay? A down at USC. He won a division title in Kansas City, and he won 11 ball games. 11 ball games. Hold on. What'd you say? I saw somebody say Dawkins. Dawkins is a great defensive back. He is a great, great, great defensive back. Let me see something here. Want to double check here. Want to make sure we get that right here. Let's see. Yeah. Dawkins. I'll name you 50 players Belichick has drafted ahead of him. Sales Masterclass today. Sir, we are not worthy of your daily sermon. Your mere presence is enchanting, and we are grateful for your majesty. This guy doesn't mean any of that. Come on, Pump. Come on, Pump. How you doing? Shit, I've only touched the first topic here. Xander will join us at the bottom of the hour. The legendary Lomas Brown will join us at 5:30. All right. Let's go here now. Let's go here. Does A.J. Brown demand a trade at the end of the year? And will Jalen try to stop it? Will he try to demand a trade? Oh, I say as soon as this season's over, win or lose, he wants out. He does. This is the last you'll see of Brown. You know why? Because I'll ask this question. Who will Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie side with? Nick or AJ? Doubt it? So they're going to keep answering dumb fucking questions all week long and not answering questions about the Lions, about how AJ feels about the offense. So this is what you did. In a very tough game on Monday night, you beat the Green Bay Packers, an NFC team that you may run into, okay, in the playoffs. And instead of talking about that great win and the upcoming football game you got on Sunday, you're answering questions about how your boy feels. How fucking stupid is that? He will demand a trade. It's only a matter of time. He doesn't want to be here with that offense. Some are going to go like this. And I think Bob Brown hit it on the head. Hey, Bob, you tell me, Bob, and I'll put it up. Bob, it's not that he wants numbers. He just wants to be part of something. 3 fucking targets in a Green Bay Packer game. 3 fucking targets in a game that he was a non-factor. By the way, when he said this, he's a decoy. A.J. Brown is a high-priced decoy. Oh, wait, I gotta tweet that out. Oh, wait a minute, because I'll forget it. Hold on here. I got to put Jacob on here too. Eagles, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown says he is a high-priced decoy. And I agree. Big Sills. Jacob and Don. AJ says he is a high-priced decoy. Man. This guy's the biggest hater going. Hater? Abe sent me a super, Xander. Let's get him up here. Let's see what he's got to say here. A.J. Brown, the biggest decoy and the most expensive decoy in pro football history. A.J. was a fan of the Patriots. They never was a prolific passing team. He just wants to be involved into a scheme and win. Just the same way Gronk was. Absolutely, Abe. Absolutely. It's true. New England was never really a high-powered passing attack. The one year they lost the Super Bowl. What are two defensive players retired? BC Nick lost control of the locker room. It's not guys on their offense telling the story. Hey, why are two defensive players retired? She's talking about Jair and Za'Darius. Nick lost control of the locker room. Huh? How about this one here, Kim? Kim, do you think that Nick's lost control of the offensive huddle? Because Vic's got control. How is that side of the ball strategically getting better? Player development. Guys you fucking thought were bust are playing great. Nakobe Dean looks like a missile. You add a great player. Why does that look so fucking seamless? Why? You've got an experienced coach over there that knows how to handle players. On the offensive side, you got fucking dumbass Sirianni handling it. How more do you... This is what AJ is bitching at. You got a coach on the defense. Dude, everything looks seamless. The situational play calling, the development of the players, guys really loving to play. You got Jalen Phillips before he even plays it down. I love the guy. The guy's unbelievable. He's a great coach. Then you got a player on your own football team and A.J. Brown going, ain't the quarterback? No one bitches and says he's wrong. And he says this. I'm just telling you, I'm in misery. That's the head coach and the way the head coach operates the offense. Nick's not the play caller, but Nick, that's his offense. And it's just like it was with Brian Johnson. Kellen Moore's just calling plays that Nick wants him to call. Hey, run a zone run. Jalen, zone run. It's like a mouthpiece. You know what? Now I know why the plays come in too late. We're going to run a zone read. Jalen, zone read. 7 seconds. Timeout. You got too many roosters in the hen house. This is what you get on the sidelines with Andy Reid. Run that counter sweep with that slide to Worthy. We're going to run that side sweep. You're up to the line of scrimmage with 15 seconds. Here's what you got with the Eagles. You got Nick doing this. Hey, run that zone. Jalen, run that zone. All right, guys, we're going to run the zone. You get up to the line of scrimmage. You're at 8 seconds. You get to the line of scrimmage. Defense looks YZ. They're not going anywhere else. They don't go to the third wide receiver. They only got 13 passes to the guy. They rarely threaten the middle. YZ. Stop the zone. How you doing? Good night. Offense blows. Woo-wee. Ain't that hard to figure out? Even a Nimrod like this guy could figure it out. I mean, next time you watch the team when they get to the line of scrimmage, they get to the line of scrimmage at 8 seconds. Stafford gets to the line of scrimmage. Okay? What's BS? Stafford gets to the line of scrimmage with 16 seconds. Able to look over the defense and look for his landmarks when it comes to who he's going to read. Strong safety, free safety, reading a linebacker, where the blitzes are coming from. It gives him time to be able to take a look at the reading of the defense of where his landmark is in his pre-snap read. By the time Hurts gets to the line of scrimmage, okay, he doesn't know where his fucking thing is. That's why AJ even addressed that and said, Hurts has got blitzes in his face. He's got a set protections. He's got all that shit in his face. It's because he doesn't have enough time when he gets to the line of scrimmage to see where to throw the ball. Does it make sense? Why can't I get the ball to fucking AJ? Because you've got too many guys with too many voices on the sidelines and too much communication shit. How many times have you heard everybody say this year? We're just not on the same page. You don't even have a rhythm. I mean, the wide receiver's telling you this. A.J. Brown told you this yesterday in all those soliloquy interviews he did. You now are finding out why Jalen can't find him. By the time he gets to the line of scrimmage, you've got 4 fucking different. Is Jeff Stoutland got a voice in what play to run to? With Vic, it's this. He goes down to Nakobe and says, do I, snap. There you go. Pressure, blitz, safety, whatever. It's so much more clarity on defense. On offense, you got this. Let's run a zone read. What do you think, Jeff? Yeah. Zone read, Jalen. Get to the line of scrimmage. It's 7 seconds left. How do you fucking sit there and get this? It made it harder for him under center. But what they're trying to, I knew it. It's a cosmetic look. Under center didn't help in the Packer game. It confused it. Because Hurts, by the time he got to the line of scrimmage, so that's it. Let me get this right. Help me out on this. People have asked this. So Jalen Hurts is a short dude. Putting him under center, that's going to fucking help him with those 6'6" guys? They kept him in shotgun because he had better vision and it kept his head and his eyes downfield more. Shit, the passing game was better when he was in shotgun. All of this is not an opinion. This was all said yesterday. Roseman, Lori Sirianni, Lang, Patullo. The 5 families of the village idiot people. There you go, Kyle. Vic Fangio, you watch that defensive side and you want to know why? How is the cheapest or the second cheapest defense in pro football outperforming the most expensive offense for a second year? Boy, Howie Roseman a year ago should get 2 Super Bowl rings for the hiring and the acquisition of Saquon Barkley. He covered the idiotic offensive approach of Nick. Nick's a bad coach. He's just not a good coach. A.J. Brown doesn't think so. Tell me I'm wrong. You think he thinks, dude, yesterday, that guy had every chance to destroy Jalen Hurts yesterday. And he didn't take it and bite on it. Don't tell me that guy doesn't know what he's doing. He knew right there because he paused. Nope, not him. Nope, not him. Okay, get this. Sills is wrong. Check fucking Sirianni's win percentage. Let me show you something else. I'll show you something. And I make this point because that win percentage is dog shit. It's a product of the great players that you have. He's a fraud. This ain't on Hurts. This is on that fucking coach and that bullshit philosophy of his. George Seifert had a 766 win percentage. Guys, George Seifert had a 766 win percentage. 766. 766. He won 12 games his final year. He won 108 games and lost only 35, counting the playoffs. And they fucking fired him. They fired him. He went 12-4 Lost in the playoffs. Went 108-35. And they fired him. We need a play calling coach like Gruden. They'll never hire a dude. Stop with that kind of guy. They're going to hire a stiff. Okay? Who is Seifert's quarterback? He didn't develop Steve Young. Just like Sirianni hasn't developed Hurts. Why, if you think that Nick Sirianni has developed Jalen Hurts, he's developed him into the worst passing quarterback for any contending team in pro football. By the way, the coach on that team was Mike Holmgren, who was the offensive coordinator. Don't forget fucking that. Then they had Mike Shanahan. Don't forget that. The fourth down play said it all. Hurts and Brown called that. They don't win in spite of Hurts. They win in spite of their coaching. That's right, man. That's right. I appreciate the supers. Please hit the like button. It's not Hurts. He's limited, but it ain't him. And Jalen's not going to show his frustration. You know, I admire the way Jalen's handling AJ. Seals, some of the reporters yesterday, in my opinion, were beating around the bush and not asking AJ the questions in a direct manner. Devin, because you had Bob Lang there. You just can't come out and go like this. Are you taking a shot at the coach? Bob Lang would revoke your press credential. Yes. That right there, you've got to be smart. You can't attack the coaches if you're a media member. That's off limits. Have you ever heard a beat writer that covers that team say anything negative about one coach in that building? Name me one. Anybody who's in the scrum that they go to on those pressers, have you ever seen an article or somebody on WIP or 97.5 ever say one negative thing about a coach, the head coach, or anybody about the coaching? That is off limits. It's off limits. You're not allowed to say anything about the coaches. Not even the players can say anything negative. Why do you think Bob Lang was over A.J. Brown's back? He can vent his frustrations. Don't name anybody. Every fucking person that covers that team has never made one disparaging comment towards play calling. Has there ever been a column written about anything in question, about why the players are so disgruntled on the offense and aiming it at a coach? Nope. Nope. Not one. Hate to tell you, folks, the only place that you truly get that kind of commentary is here at JAKIB. Why do you think they hate us? They want to give us press credentials. You know why? Because of what we're saying. Nick is the best coach in the NFL. Ask McVay. Check their head-to-head. Fuck that bullshit. Nick Sirianni wins. They win in spite of that bum. In spite of him. Hey, by the way, dude, why is AJ calling him out then? How about this? How about we go to this guy here? And I appreciate the super, dude. Why is AJ calling your head coach out then? I'll wait. I'd like to hear. Since you gave us a great super, I'll let you go. Why did AJ call him out? He didn't call Hurts out. And why haven't any of his other teammates disagreed with him? No teammates are disagreeing with him. And you're bringing other bullshit into a conversation we're not even fucking talking about. I'm not talking about Sean McVay. I'm talking about your dude that's going, you know what? I'll take this back. Jalen Hurts ain't the caboose. Nick Sirianni's the fucking caboose. Sirianni's a caboose. It ain't your boy. AJ didn't call anybody out. Listen to this. So AJ didn't call anybody out. Had a chance to go like, hey, AJ, there were times that you were wide open and Hurts missed you. No, Jalen, he's got a lot to think about, man, with the pressure in his face and all the all the cadences that he's got to go through. He's got a lot on his plate, man. Kevin Petullo, he said nothing but great praise about Kevin Petullo. Asked about the scheme, he goes, we're not good enough in the scheme. The scheme is Nick Sirianni. Who the fuck do you think he's talking to? There's 3 people in this conversation, Junior, that A.J. Brown's talking to. Hurts, Petullo, or Nick. Pick one. Pick one. Pick one. Pick one. You can't dispute this. It was on display. Sills, could this be why we don't do hurry up, because it doesn't give guys enough time to voice their opinions? Dude, hurry up is an offense that you have to have creativity and in-game play calling, and you have to have a play caller when you go up tempo. You have to have a guy who's been in the building for a little bit that understands situational play calling. And that's an experienced position to be in when you're talking up tempo. I think Hurts performs excellent in up tempo. Eagles are ran like North Korea. If they think their way, this way, Sirianni and KP just take orders. Eagles organization. Don't let convicts run the asylum unless they feel it benefits them. Very arrogant. Jason, they're going to run that thing the way they see fit. And A.J. Brown's opinion is you're wasting a window of greatness. You're not, remember that question I asked you? I hope Ben Reyes' dumbass is still in here. I asked if you thought that the offense was living up to expectations. You know what he said? Yes. How many people in here believe that the offense is living up to the talent level of the football team? How many people believe that you're getting your bang for your buck? Your wide receiver doesn't. How many people believe that? You should be destroying teams. You should be destroying fucking teams. Like, no doubt. Just blowing teams out. Play up tempo. Bubba's having a hard time getting to play in under 40 seconds. Damn right he is. Dude, next time you watch, get a YouTube clip of Hurts coming out of the huddle and going to the line of scrimmage in any sequence. And you'll see he gets to the line of scrimmage at about 8 seconds. You're supposed to get to the line of scrimmage at about 15. Play comes in, quarterback takes it, he applies the play, gets to the line of scrimmage, and it gives him time to find his landmark and his pre-snap read. And he gets a chance to look over, and he gets a chance to set the offensive line into protections, Watch Stafford how he does it. He gets to the line of scrimmage. He finds his pre-snap read. He sees it. Sets protection. If he sees blitz, he's going to audible out of it. He snaps the ball with about 3 seconds left. Hurts gets the thing. He's got to do that all in 8 seconds. Those precious seconds is what allows you to find your pre-snap read. Hurts can't find it. That's why he can't find fucking AJ. Because he can't find his pre-snap read. Because he's not getting to the line of scrimmage in time. Because the people on the sidelines are bullshitting over there on what fucking play to run. Not gonna lie, I hope we no. No way. I'm not hoping anything about losing. No way. Not happening. No way. Don't you take that. Hey, thank you, but no way. No way. No way, Khalid. Do I subscribe to hope and losing? Okay? No freaking way. This guy was calling the head coach out. The legendary Lomas Brown is going to join us at 5:30. He's calling his coach out. And it's not Kevin Patullo. Kevin Patullo is the problem. Here. I'll give you the whole nuts and bolts of this. Okay? Here's the nuts and bolts on what A.J. Brown is pointing to in what he said. You ready? Okay. A.J. hates the way the coach sets the scheme up. Hates it. Kevin Patullo in game is a first-year play caller. Why it looks so choppy. Hurts is limited at many things in the pocket, especially when it comes to pressure. And you can't get the fucking play in on time. So, yes, all of them. But you know what this falls at? This falls at, guess what? Buck stops here, Junior. The buck stops here. You guys have been great with your supers, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, I got another one in here, too. Hey, Jason Kelsey, stop being a fucking mouthpiece and saying, this ain't that big a deal. Then why is A.J. Brown saying some shit every day and every week? If it's not a big deal, holy cow, guy. I know you're on AJ's side. I get that and I appreciate that. But what a fucking mouthpiece. Holy cow. That's my guy. You guys are making more of this. No, we're not. AJ is. No, we're not. All right. Whew. The gift that just keeps on giving, man. Good night. You know what we need to do at JAKIB here? Screw the Saquon Barkley jersey giveaways. We need to do some A.J. Brown giveaways. A.J. Brown on Sunday, over 20 yards. If he gets over 20 yards receiving, or if he gets over 3 targets, you get a jersey. A.J. over-under on Sunday. What do you think? AJ, here's the over-under on A.J. Brown on Sunday. 2 targets, 18 yards. 2 targets and 18 yards. And the Eagles win 3-2, and they kick a field goal, and they hold them to a safety. With that $200 million offense and that payroll on that offense. Holy, but Jesus. And there's little Nicky Sirianni. Holy shit, man. You got the wide receiver calling that guy's ass out. I hate the scheme. Well, whose scheme is it? Let me guess. It's Howie's. Okay. Oh, my God. This is too easy. Without further ado, we bring in our friend, Big Z, Xander Kraus.
What's up, Big Sills? How you living, brother?
Oh, yeah. Hey, what'd you make of your boy yesterday, man? I thought he was right on everything. I had no
Yeah, me
problem
too.
with anything he said, man.
Me too, man. I love AJ. I think he's first off, I think he's a really misunderstood player. And I think you've misunderstood him for much of the last couple of years. But I think he's a misunderstood player, man. I don't think he's as selfish as people make him out to be. I don't think he's as immature as people make him out to be. And I don't think he wants as many targets as people think he wants. I think he just, believes that they're capable of a lot more and they should be living up to that potential. And when they don't, he's pissed. It's like if we don't live up to our potential on the show, so I think AJ said a lot of good things, but my main takeaway was this, Sills. And it sounds like me and you had the same exact takeaway. So I don't want to be too redundant here, but he was talking about Nick Sirianni.
Absolutely.
I mean, and you mentioned it because look, I always try and be honest, and I've questioned at times, is this a Jalen Hurts thing? Is it Jalen Hurts' limitations? They literally threw him an alley-oop to shred Jalen Hurts. And he wouldn't have even had to say much.
No.
And he threaded the needle on actually not bashing Jalen Hurts. Like, threaded that needle. So I took away from it. The other thing I took away from it is I don't freaking think it's Kevin Patullo either at all.
No, it's not.
I think this dude's trying to call plays with a playbook that's so damn limited and so risk averse that he can't get creative. He can't create good route I mean, think about it, Sills. This was my analogy last night. If you tell a point guard in basketball, hey, the only way you're allowed to score points is if you get a layup at the rim. We're gonna look shitty. Now he can't shoot, no mid-range, no dunks. It's gonna look shitty. You got an offensive coordinator trying to call plays, but everything's got to fit this risk-averse philosophy. He's not going to be a good play caller. He's not going to have good route concepts.
So according to Nick Sirianni, if Nick had George Foreman and he was his ring corner guy, he'd tell George Foreman, the greatest knockout guy of all time,
Exactly.
Hey, jab guys to death.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Don't use your greatest weapon, your knockout punch.
Right.
I want you to jab people to death.
Right. It's a weird approach. Now, look, I will say this about Nick, because while it does bother me, I think a real conversation has to be had here of, is Nick right? Hear me out. We're all pissed at the way the offense looks. Many people are. Many people want more of the offense, including A.J. Brown, and I think Jalen Hurts, who in a rare moment with Pam Oliver.
No. Have you heard one teammate on offense say he's wrong?
No.
Well, then I think all of them do.
Yeah, I agree. And remember the rare moment after the field with Pam Oliver when Jalen Hurts said, we got to stop playing to lose. Now when he goes to the podium, he's a little bit more of a coach speak guy. He's a little bit more of a, he totes the company line, which is fine. That's Jalen Hurts, But I think we have to ask and we have to push ourselves, because me and you both are looking at this as a Nick Sirianni problem. Is Nick right? Right? I mean, the offense sucks. Okay. But they won the Super Bowl last year, risk averse. They're 7-2 this year. They beat the Rams. They beat the Bucks. They beat the Chiefs. They're beating everybody.
Okay. Can I tell you what AJ's looking at, though, and what you're looking at? I think you're looking at Sunday. AJ's looking at the best group of talent that's in the NFL right now. And do you think that we're going to win multiple Super Bowls with this approach? You're going to win a lot of football games with the approach you have. But, Xander, do you believe in your heart that there's a chance you look back on this going, one, this is like the Peyton Manning. Let me show you something here. This is like the Peyton Manning era in Indianapolis. Do you think they regret only winning one Super Bowl with Marvin Harrison, with Reggie Wayne, with Marshall Faulk, and with Edgerrin James? One Super Bowl. Do you think that they under or overachieved? They underachieved. Tony Dungy told me that.
Well, remember, we don't have the sample size to know that we've underachieved yet.
AJ's saying that.
Right. I agree with
what AJ's saying.
Yeah. AJ's saying we're going to get got if we don't improve. Because we're relying on the defense and everybody else, and we're not carrying our weight. I agree with that.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what he's saying.
Yeah, I was just trying to play devil's advocate, because me and you are both in agreement. AJ doesn't like the risk-averse philosophy that Nick Sirianni has instituted on the offense of the football team.
Does that come from upstairs?
I don't think it does, because if anybody that's been around this organization long, and this isn't a knock on you, and you know this, this owner, dude, has been foaming out the mouth at the idea of getting a high-powered offense. I mean, the fact that if anybody told me Jeffrey Lurie would be the guy that wants you to play risk, that is not it, dude. I mean, look
You
at the way
told
Howie
told me,
Roseman PMs his football team. Look at the
yeah,
way Jeffrey Lurie spends his money on the football team. They're not risk averse. They're aggressive.
okay,
They're aggressive in what they do.
okay, I'll tell you where this has changed. Last year, I asked people after the bye, and all of a sudden, as they started winning with running the ball, I said, "Do you think Saquon Barkley's changed their philosophy on how they win games?" I said that, and everyone kind of glazed over it. Well, you gave the running back a $20 million extension that you didn't have to. You gave that running back a $20 million contract extension. You did everything in your power now to run the offense through that guy. No matter what it is, you're going to run zone runs. No matter what it is, you're going to pound that thing. Get this. It's more important. So you tell me, Xander, if that's the philosophy they have, why is it important to get the ball in Barkley's hands and not AJ's hands?
Well, because they feel like that's less risk. And by the way, they feel
that's a change of philosophy.
Well, they changed that last year, though.
Okay, no, they're still doing it now.
Yeah, but I'm saying that change happened last year.
I know this.
And now they've continued that. And with the success.
But I don't think that but Xander, they changed it a year ago and they haven't changed it now. I think they've changed their approach and how they win ball games and not throwing the ball, because you won 21 to 26 games.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that kind of obvious though?
Yeah, but the point is that what I'm saying to you is they don't want to throw the ball anymore.
Well, Nick Sirianni does.
Sirianni doesn't. No, Jeffrey Lurie does not want to throw the ball anymore.
I don't know if that's true. I don't think.
Well, they're doing it.
I know, but I don't think. I think you're trying to conflate those a little much, in my opinion.
You're 21-6, 21.
Yeah, I know, but you said that you don't think Jeffrey Lurie wants to throw the ball. I think Jeffrey Lurie wants to win, and that's a good thing. And I think they're winning, so he's good with it. But if they started losing this way, if they were 5-4 right now,
change back.
Jeffrey Lurie would be like, "Yo, Nick, fucking use your receivers."
Okay, but all those things you're saying they're not doing. They're not trying to throw them. They're not trying to throw the ball, Xander.
Because they've been successful, Sills.
I know. So they've not wanting to get this high-powered offense. I don't believe that owner is sitting there going, "Hey, let's make sure AJ gets his touches. Let's make sure we have a high-powered offense." Because if that was the case, Howie would be coming down the same way they did to Doug and telling him, "We need to open this up more." They're not doing that. And I think that's the frustrating thing with AJ, is that Hurts has fallen in line. The head coach has fallen in line. And everyone has changed the philosophy that you built the team to throw.
I don't see it as the head coach is falling in line.
That's
I don't know why you're trying. Why do you think the owner instituted the risk-averse philosophy?
Because the owner's involved in every single situation and every decision that's made on that football.
But that doesn't mean that he came in and said, don't play.
No. I didn't. He's okayed that.
He's certainly okay.
Okay. They're not going to want to they don't want to throw the ball. That goes all the way upstairs. When you're writing a check for $32 million and $25 million, you can't just go like this. Fuck those guys. They're decoys now. That's what we're going to do. Do you understand?
Well, maybe I think I might be missing, because I feel like we're saying the same thing, but we just have a different, what are you trying to say? Because I don't disagree. You're right. Obviously, this is what they're trying to do. But you're saying that you don't think Jeffrey Lurie has any desire to get back to the other way?
Nope.
Well, because they're winning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jeffrey and Nick are on the same page, and they're more battling receivers and Jalen, who probably wants to open it up a little bit, but because they're winning so much, they're more like, "Hey, you guys, I understand, but this is working." Maybe. Right. And look, I think that's probably it. The only thing I would push back on would be like, Jeffrey Lurie's goals are to be risk averse. It's not. It right now, because it's winning, it is. But he loves the idea of having a great offense. I think it's more Nick who's kind of pushed this through, and the owner, because they're winning so much, he's good with it.
Nick makes no decisions by himself.
Well, I mean,
There's
it's a
no
team
fucking
sport,
way.
I mean, no, I don't think any coaches nowadays make that many decisions by themselves.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It's
I
tough to
think Vic
speculate
does
on
on
this
that
one.
side. I think Vic does when he's calling plays on that side of the ball and how Vic develops players. That's a Vic fan. Why does that look so smooth, you think, over on the other side?
Well, I mean, I think Vic is obviously a
With
better
lesser talent.
Vic is a better defensive coach, but they're also it's tough to really
He's
gauge
a
how
better
good.
coach.
Yeah, but it's tough to gauge how good our offensive coaches are when their entire philosophy is just not trying to not push the needle.
There's
You
too
know?
many fucking roosters in the hen house over there. I gave you a reference point. Next time, or do me a favor, watch a game by the Eagles. Pull out the Green Bay game. Go back and watch. Jalen Hurts gets to the line of scrimmage at 8 seconds. I watched 7 plays last night of it. I watched Matthew Stafford or any of those elite quarterbacks. They're there at 15 seconds. Why? Here's what AJ said yesterday. He said this. Stafford gets to the line of scrimmage. He finds his pre-snap read. Safety, free safety, a
Yeah.
blitzer, wherever it's coming from. He's able to see his pre-snap read. Idea where to throw the ball, wherever. Then he sets the protection. He looks around. He sets the protection. He hikes it at 3. Here's Hurts. Hurts gets the line of scrimmage at 8 seconds. He's got to look around, find his pre-snap read. You got to dick around with the play coming in. By the time the guy snaps the ball, it's at 1 second, and you have not – no wonder you can't find fucking A.J. Brown because you're being rushed. That's why you have so many of those pre-snap timeouts because the play's not coming in because here's Nick, run a zone run. Jalen, run a zone run. Jalen gets to the play. They get to the line of scrimmage at 8 seconds. That's why you're seeing so many penalties on pre-snap and timeouts that you're like, what are you calling timeout for? Because they didn't get the play in on time. That's why Hurts takes sacks too, because
Yeah, but what does that do? What does that have to do with the risk averse approach?
Okay, what all of that has to do with them it has everything to do with the passing game. He can't. AJ said it. Hurts has protections to set. He has everything up there, worrying about finding his pre-snap reads and all that. Like you said, he teed it up. He could have went right after the quarterback. Jalen can't find him because he doesn't have enough time to sit there and pre-snap. And it's causing the offense to stumble because the run game is not effective. Before you know it, you got a 25th ranked offense. Bro, it's the sideline that's causing a lot of this issue, which means there's too many fucking hens and there's too many roosters in the hen house. Nick's too involved.
Well, Nick is at the end of the day. Don't you want the head coach to be to lead the ship? I mean, look, people can argue whether he's right or not, but the success kind of speaks for itself to some extent. And this
Do
is where
I want
I think,
Nick involved in Vic's side of the ball?
no, but Vic has 40 years of experience to push
Oh, so
back.
we go back to the training wheels higher again. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, the training wheels higher is obviously going to do what Nick Sirianni tells him to do. Nick's the head coach of a Super Bowl winning team.
You think it had any coincidence last year that maybe that fucking Kellen Moore had more experience as a play caller and things ran smoother because he kind of knew how to call plays instead of a guy who's in training wheels, and now you got too many fucking roosters in the hen house again, and you got guys involved. There's too many voices over there. That's my takeaway. There's way too many voices.
I don't know if there's as many voices as you think, honestly.
What?
I don't know if there's as many voices as you think. I think where you're right is that Nick and the wait, let me speak. Nick and the owner and the GM probably do talk in terms of we're setting the philosophy or we're setting what we want to accomplish. Now you have Nick and the organization versus, and I don't want to put them against each other, but just for the sake of the conversation, versus the people who want to be more aggressive on offense. So where you're right is, okay, yeah, maybe the owner's involved, but the point is the players are fighting the philosophy of the offense, and Nick believes his offensive philosophy is correct because they're winning so much.
Right, and the owner and the GM have checked off on that philosophy because they're cool with it.
Okay. Well, I mean, who cares? What
who cares? Your wide receiver's been pitching for 24 hours.
Yeah, but is the wide receiver right? That's my next point because I agree with AJ. I love listening to AJ. Bro. I've been beating the drum on this offense all year.
AJ's not talking about Sunday.
The success speaks for itself.
AJ's not talking about Sunday. AJ's talking about winning multiple Super Bowls.
I get that. And we
Well,
don't know if he's right or until we get to the playoffs and again we get got or we don't.
how come no teammates are bitching against him and saying shut the fuck up?
Because I think most of the players probably want to play like AJ wants to play. I mean,
I bet Barkley does too.
have you ever met a football? I mean, this is what I love. Have you ever met a football player? Have you ever met an athlete that just wants to be told, okay, don't try and impose your will. Don't try and play to your skill set. Just don't lose us the game. Of course, they all don't want to do it, but it's working. And this is where Nick is fighting this uphill battle of, guys, I know you're mad. I know you want more targets. I know you want to move the ball. We are winning games. That's where I think Nick's battle is.
I just thought of something. So when I got to the Bucks and I played a 3 technique and I played a 1-gap 3 technique when I was at the University of Miami, which meant I was a penetrating defensive tackle. I didn't have to worry about playing 2-gap where I had to control. I got to the Buccaneers. They wanted me to grab the guard or center so that the linebackers can make plays. Do you know how discouraging that was for me to sit there and be a slug? And be told I was a slug? Bro, to be told I'm a slug?
Yeah.
Where you drafted me because I led my team in tackles for losses. That great University of Miami, I led the team in tackles for losses. I led the team in sacks. I led the team in tackles. I want to go fucking make plays. I don't want to be a slug. Yeah, I think AJ feels like a slug.
I get it. I agree with him. But if Jimmy told you, Sileo, sit down and shut the fuck up because this defense is going to win more games, you'd probably say, oh, I hate this defense, but okay, coach. And if you won a national championship the year before, you'd say, yeah, I'm probably not going to go back on my champion head coach.
Jimmy?
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I agree with Nick. I'm just explaining where I think the disconnect is because I think you're right about everything you're saying. Nick has set this philosophy, and the players all agree with AJ. I agree with you. I don't disagree. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Here's the difference.
Here's wrong. Here's the wrong. You're wrong. Everybody in the chat wrong. AJ wrong. And Nick Sirianni's the fucking genius.
Listen, here's the deal. It's not that, but for me, Jimmy telling me, Jimmy built the defense. Jimmy drafted the players. Jimmy was in complete control of everything. Nick's telling me, who's telling you? I don't know. I think AJ really likes Nick. I think he really loves being an Eagle. I just think he hates Nick Sirianni's football IQ.
Well, maybe. I will say this about AJ. Great comments yesterday. All right, what he's saying is 100% true. Whether we just had the debate about the
he was articulate. He did everything.
He's 100% right about the offense. He's 100% right about everything he said. Yep. Now, will they change? Probably not, because Sirianni's gonna, if they keep winning. Hey, if they win versus the Lions, y'all better lock in because this is it. The risk-averse offense is ours to stay, baby. No A.J. Brown targets. Smitty's targets might drop off a cliff. They might, everybody. So they're winning a lot. You can't, at the end of the day, they're playing.
What if they get blown out?
That's where I think maybe then, because what I think is happening is I think Nick is getting pressure from the players. AJ, I think even Jalen in a way. Remember, I know people say Jalen doesn't say. Jalen with Pam Oliver after they came back in that Rams game or the Bucs game, whichever one it was, he said, we got to stop playing offense to lose the game. We got to stop playing to lose. Like, I think Jalen wants to open it up too.
Oh, I have backed off on Jalen.
But Jalen, I think, cares about winning.
It's way Nick.
They
win in spite of that coach.
I don't know, man. You could argue the other way if the risk-averse approach is what's working and you're really not using it.
Who's telling him? Man, I don't buy it. I just don't, because the players are complaining about him. So let me ask you this. Do you think the number one thing that AJ's looking at right now is you've got so many great players?
Yes.
And you're just not using us in the right way.
Yeah.
It's like having 5 great players on a basketball team and you can't figure out how to get them all the ball.
I'm telling you, I love it's like telling Steph Curry you can't shoot threes. He'd be like, "Fuck you! What are you talking about? I can't shoot threes."
Hey, Big George, don't throw the right hand. You're
Yeah,
uppercut.
yeah, or Kareem. I saw someone say Kareem.
Hey, Kareem, don't take the sky hook.
Don't take the sky hook. I mean, come on. But if they're winning, that's where Nick's coming from, I think. So I don't know. We got to wait and see how this thing unfolds. At the end of the day, I will pull up a little bit. I want to say though, I've been tough on Jalen. I don't think this is as much
No
Jalen
way.
as I thought.
Me too. Last night,
Yeah, I mean, look, that's not to say that I think Jalen is a high-powered passer. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
Jalen is a much better quarterback than having a 30th whatever they are, 27th offense. Yeah. All right. Yeah. He's not the reason.
I backed off last night.
What's that?
I backed off him last night.
Yeah. Well, I think AJ.
I jumped more off the top rope on Nick. After AJ's comments, I was more jumping off the top rope on Nick. Because AJ really.
Do you see what I'm trying to say, though, of like, is Nick right? That doesn't mean I agree with him. Because I'm more with you. Like, how do you not get AJ the ball? I mean, I've been saying it since the start of the year, for crying out loud. But do you see what I'm saying? Where he's like,
this guy got on my shit for going like this. You're 7-2. Now you're telling me you're 7-2.
I'm not. I'm just posing the devil's advocate of that's what Nick. That's what he's holding on to. He's not holding on to, hey, we're dominating teams. He's holding on to, we beat the Rams, we beat the Bucks, we beat the Chiefs, we beat the Cowboys. We beat in all the teams that we need to go up against. Why should I change my philosophy because AJ wants the ball more or because Jalen wants to throw more? Why? We're winning. I'm the head coach. We need to win games. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, here I got to figure one. Was Dan Campbell hired the same year that Nick Sirianni was?
Yeah, I think so.
Who would you rather be coached by?
Me personally, Dan Campbell. That's my kind of thing.
Yeah, you answered that awful fast.
Well, I like Dan Campbell. I'm a Dan Campbell guy. I like the style. I just prefer that style of coach.
I do too, man. I do like him. All right. Do you think that this is going to be a distraction for Sunday?
No, I don't. I'm actually super pumped for this game on Sunday, man. This is a really good team you're going up against coming into Philly. Sunday Night Football. Anybody who's ever been in Sunday Night Football at the Link, it's an electric atmosphere. Totally fired up. I mean, Jared Goff, can you handle Philadelphia? I know everybody's like, oh, he's a surgical quarterback. He can throw the ball on time and on target. Can you handle the rumble of Lincoln Financial Field on a Sunday night? Or will Vic Fangio get the better of that defense? I think, all honesty, defensive line is going to win that game for us if they go out and they get Jared Goff off his spot, speed him up, make him double think a couple things, have him see ghost. That's the key. That is the freaking key. You remember when we played Carson Wentz, and he got hit early in the game, man. Early in the game by Jalen Carter. All right. And then all game he was seeing ghost. That's what you got to do to Jared Goff. I want the mean Jalen Carter this week. All right. Without getting suspended for spitting on him, I want the mean motherfucking Jalen Carter to come out. All right. Bully him, hit him late. I'll even take a 15-yard penalty if it means you strike fear into Jared Goff's heart. All right. So that's what I think is really the biggest key to the game this week.
I didn't realize that Jared Goff's got a win against Hurts. He's 1-2 against him. Is that right?
I think he beat him in 22, if I'm not mistaken. No, we won that game in 22, right?
Yeah. Was it when he was with the Rams?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, we beat him in 22. That was the first game of the year. That's right. Jalen started his MVP campaign. Hell of a year.
It says he's 1-2 against them. I thought I don't, because I don't remember. I mean, did Hurts play against him in 20 when Doug was still there?
So they played against them in 2021, but was Goff there?
Yeah,
Goff was there.
Yeah.
So in 2021, when Jalen was a
rookie or first-year
starter, we beat the Lions 44-6. That was after, by the way, we started 2-5.
Yeah.
That was the first game they gave Shane Steichen the play calling. We beat the Lions 44-6. Now the Lions sucked at the time. They were 0-8.
Yeah,
So
they were done. Then after that first year, I don't remember. I can't remember when Golf beat him. Then
it's kind of crazy what the Lions have become. They were so bad for so long.
that Stafford trade did so much for them.
And even the first year though with Golf, I mean, they
Yep,
barely won a game.
yep, yep. How do you think Jalen has handled AJ Brown?
Well, I mean, I don't think good or bad. I mean, I think well. I think he's just, I think it's a good thing, Sills, to have like, people always say AJ's not a leader because he doesn't do like some of the stuff that other leaders do. But you know this from playing at such a high level. There's different types of leaders. All right. And you need to get different things from different types of leaders. So if Jalen Hurts is going to be the guy that says, focus on the collective, focus on winning, focus on the thing that matters most, that's good. AJ is the role of we need to push to be better each and every week. We need to look at what we're doing wrong. We can't settle for mediocrity. We can't settle. We can't get complacent. And I think those two combinations, it's different styles of leadership. It is. But I think both of them are very beneficial. And when you put them together, I think they're even more beneficial. And I think that's what you're getting with AJ Brown right now. And look, you brought it up earlier. AJ Brown was trying to win multiple Super Bowls, and you don't do that by saying, okay, we just won a game this week, move to the next week. You don't do that. People who pursue greatness pursue it every week. Even if you put up 40 points and dominate, you're still looking at the plays you missed, the plays you left out on the field, the throw you missed, the route you missed, you ran wrong, all those different things. That's part of pursuing greatness. So I think Jalen is a great combination actually with AJ right now, if assuming their personal relationship is still all good, which I think it might be.
That's really irrelevant.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, and I think their combination is actually, a good combination. One guy is just saying,
When used,
everybody, we got to win games. That's the most important thing. And AJ's the guy that's saying, offense, we got to be better. We got to continue to push. And I think that's how you get to a golden age. I mean, you're not going to have a golden era of the Eagles if you're not pushing to be better. Complacency doesn't get you there. So I think that's where AJ comes in, and that's a good form of leadership for this team.
well, golden age isn't one win.
No, I agree.
Then you become the Colts under Manning. Something you just said that reminded me of something. So I've got to get Troy Aikman on. Okay, I've got to get Aikman on.
That guy we've never had on, right?
No, we haven't had him on yet. I haven't even asked him yet. So I will ask him. You said something about Aikman. You know why Aikman retired? Because he was on a sideline screaming at his players, and he realized that they didn't have the hunger to want to be great every single time they stepped on the field. And he just said that they weren't doing enough things to be great. He said it drove him out of the game. It wasn't the concussion. He just said that they lost the passion to want to always look and be the greatest thing that they can be. And he goes, Jimmy had hammered that in me so much. And it really is. Xander, when you play for a guy like Jimmy Johnson, dude, it's not about winning championships. It's about perfection. You're fucking looking for perfection, knowing full well you got to learn to live with greatness.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's how you learn to live with greatness, is striving to be the greatest you can possibly be. Jimmy says if you strive for a bowl game, you'll be in the toilet bowl.
Good. Sorry, I'll cut you off.
If you strive for fucking winning a division, you'll be a wild card team. Striving for fucking total perfection is knowing full well you'll never achieve that, but you're going to learn to live with greatness. Bro, that's what that guy's talking about. That's what Kurt Warner was talking about with him.
Yeah. You think that is maybe why they made some of the personnel decisions that they did? Meaning if you bring everybody back and you're winning so many games and nobody's got to fight for their job and all the starters are set, it
does fight complacency.
Does that inevitably bring that natural human response of getting comfortable? I mean, you said it perfectly when we brought in Jalen Phillips. Look, Jalix Hunt, you got to earn your snaps now. Brandon Graham got to earn your snaps. Nolan Smith, earn your snaps. Everybody's trying harder. I wonder if that's maybe part of their team building philosophy where they let some guys go for that reason.
You know what, though? Let me go on the other side. So do you think that a guy like me who's sitting there as a starter and I got Russell Maryland, Cortez Kennedy behind me and Warren Sapp, you think I'm taking plays off? You think I'm complacent? Knowing full well if I step out of the starting lineup, I may never get back in.
Exactly right.
Okay. So
Is that
when I
who was
got
behind you? Russell Maryland and Cortez Kennedy?
I had Cortez Kennedy and Russell Maryland behind me. You think I'm coming out of ball games?
And
I'm not
you
coming
and
out of
Jerome were the starters?
yeah.
Now, when you won in 80, when you won the Natty in 86, Jerome was gone, right?
87. 87.
86 you lost.
Yeah, 87 we lost. 87 we won. Yeah.
86 you lost, 87 you won. And
Yeah.
Jerome was gone when you won that one,
Yep,
right?
yep.
He was
Jerome
in
was
the
gone.
NFL.
Yeah.
So who was your defensive line partner then that year?
Jimmy Jones, who was also with the Dallas Cowboys. He was the second rounder too. Do you want to hear this? At one time, here, check this out. Bill Hawkins was a first round pick. I was the 56th player taken, which today is a second rounder. Jerome was the 9th player taken. Stubbs was the 32nd player taken. And our backups all went on. Get this. Our backups were Kennedy, Maryland. Maryland was the first overall pick. Kennedy was the 3rd player taken by Seattle. And dude, crazy, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Crazy.
So what do you think of this game on Sunday?
I think it's going to tell us a lot and more about Philly. This is the most complete team you've played in 2 years. Most complete team you've played in 2 years.
The thing I like about them is I think they're going to push us. They're going to push us out of our comfort zone, and how we punch back will be a good thing. In other words,
because I don't see a lot of advantages for you in this game.
Yeah, like I never thought the Packers offense was capable of putting up 30 on us.
No.
The lines are. It doesn't mean they will, but they're capable of it. And I think they're going to get some points. And I think that's going to push the Eagles to maybe activate some of the things they haven't had to activate so far. And that's the thing I'm most excited about with this game where, do you get into a shootout or do you have to put up 28 points, 30 points, throwing the ball, running the ball, getting the offense going? That's going to be the most fun part. And then defensively, I think it's a major test. Like talk about guys like, Jahad Campbell. I don't know how many snaps he'll get, but yeah, that's a quarterback that gets the ball out quick, dude. That's a running back out of that backfield who can catch the ball, run the ball. He's going to do everything to get yards for that team. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the best slots, one of the best zone receivers in football. I mean, he just destroys zone defenses because Jared Goff's the perfect zone quarterback that throws against zones. And Amon-Ra falls right into those, the little areas of the defense where you get some space. Boom, ball's there on time. So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for the defense, to see where they stack up versus this type of team, and a great opportunity for the offense to potentially have to, maybe be more aggressive, maybe not settle so much because I think the defense might give up some more points. So I think it's a tremendous opportunity for this team. I'm really looking forward to it. Definitely more exciting game than the Packer game we had on Monday.
Well, you are going to be going against Kelvin Shepherd, who I think has done an absolutely great job with their defense, taking over for Aaron Glenn. They play zone. Bro, if you can't get your passing game going in this game.
They played more man, no?
No, they play zone, dude. That's a zone defense. That's a zone. I mean, the way they play zone, man. So to me, I mean, you can't get your passing game going in that defense. You know why you can play a type of zone that you have in Detroit? Because of that front that gets to the football.
Yeah.
They got people that can get to the football, Xander. Your offensive line is going to be tested in this game too. Same like it was. You concerned about a short work week?
No, not really. I mean,
Because
Monday night,
it's
not, it's not the
and
Thursday.
it's at home.
Yeah, it's at home. So, that helps obviously. And I'm not saying it means nothing, but it's not like a Thursday game. It's not that. It's a 6-day turnaround instead of a 7-day turnaround. So I'm not sweating it. No, I'm not sweating it too much. Detroit played when? Detroit played Sunday, right? Yeah, they played the Commanders on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, who's their special teams coordinator? I think it's Dave Phipp.
Yeah, it is.
It is, right?
Is. Yes.
Yeah, it is Dave Phipp. It is Dave Phipp. Well, obviously, many remember was our special teams coordinator for like 8 years with Doug Peterson.
So just to double check here, they play a 4-2-5, which features 4 down linemen.
Wow,
2 off the ball.
Wow, they got 5-man front.
Yep. 4-man front. They get play a
Okay,
4-2-5,
Gotcha.
which features 4 down linemen and 2 off-ball backers and 5 defensive backs. They play pretty much the same shit that
right.
the Eagles play. Okay, they shift to a 4-2-5. The core is a scheme designed to be aggressive with a focus on stopping the run. They want to stop the football and they want to stop the run in this football game. And by the way, when you run a defense like that, it gives you an ability to be able to situationally change because you're going to be able to use the same personnel that you're in there with.
Right.
So it's a pretty good scheme, and they've got some pretty good talented guys to be.
They're running a 4-2-5 with presumably that safety in the middle.
Yep.
Kirby Joseph's out though, so is that Branch they're using up there?
Wow, they may have to swing Branch down in there then too. Yes,
because Kirby's been out I think he missed last game too.
Yeah. Yep.
Now Prince, they played the Commanders, brother. They're not coming off a bye.
Yeah, they played the Commanders.
No, they're not coming off a bye, Prince.
Yeah. That's a scheme that, again, it gives you more. It's kind of a Vic Fangio-ish kind of scenario where it gives you a lot of versatility, man. There's flexibility all over this.
Okay, Prince, that's a bye. Okay, Prince, I got what you were saying now. Prince was a couple steps ahead of everybody else.
Okay, so wait a minute. Where's your advantage?
Well, did we have any advantage on paper versus the Packers outside of personnel statistically? No, we didn't. They were better ranked defense, better ranked offense.
I didn't realize it was that bad of an advantage when Jordan Love's was your advantage.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't realize he was that bad.
Our advantage, in my opinion, is this. Jared Goff can't move. So if you can get pressure up the middle, remember they did lose Frank Ragnow, and they lost that. Who's the other defensive interior lineman they had? Zeitler, was it? No, who'd they have?
They lost an offensive guard that went to Pro Bowl a year ago.
Yeah.
I think you're right on that kid, Zeitler. I think you're right on that guy. I think you're right. Okay. I mean, here they are offensively, Xander. If you look at them, and here's what they are offensively. I believe they're in the top 5 in almost every single category when it comes to having offense here. So here's where they are. They are 6th in total offense. They are 10th in passing. They are 6th in rushing. They are 2nd, I believe, in scoring. They are. Damn, dude. Red zone, they're 4th. 3rd down, I think they've had.
You know what? I like the Lions because they're a great opponent. They're good offensively. They're good defensively. They're well coached. They have players all over the field. I mean, they're the one honest team that if you take the schematics and the philosophy out of it, you could look at their argument. You could look at their offense and make an argument they have as much talent as the Eagles do. There's not many teams I think you can say that with. They got 2 great receivers. I think Jameson's a bit overrated, but he is a good receiver. They got Laporta, who's probably better than Goddard. They got Jahmyr Gibbs, who I know people don't want to hear this.
No, they have a better running game. They have a better collection of runners.
Is Jahmyr Gibbs better than Saquon? I think he might be. This year he is.
How about a better year?
He's having a better year for sure. I mean, but I mean,
they got a better running attack because they got a better running back room.
Dude, Saquon Barkley can't catch the ball out of the backfield like Jahmyr Gibbs can. He can't.
No, they got a better running back room.
Yeah, I mean, he can't.
That kid Davenport can play. Or Montgomery, excuse me. That kid Montgomery can play. Bro, they got a good running back room.
Yeah, they do. They do. They're a good team, man. And Jared Goff is a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's just not going to gash you with his legs much. I mean, he'll move in and out of the pocket, but the whole idea is you get pressure in his face, make him second guess some throws. You're going to throw him off his game. You got to interrupt his timing. He's a timing guy. Telling you watch Amon-Ra. So many of those throws that Amon-Ra just racks up yards. They're boom, drop, throw, boom. Amon-Ra's right in play. I mean, they do that all day. So if you can get to his face, get him off his timing, you're going to completely disrupt that offense.
Listen, we're going to read all the super chats, but I wanted to throw this at you here. John Clark saying that A.J. Brown and Jeffrey Lurie were talking while they were at practice.
Is that right? Yeah, I see it. Today at Eagles practice, Big Dom got Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie and A.J. Brown together, and it looked like they had a very good conversation about A.J.'s frustration, and they all want the offense to be better. Big Dom getting A.J. Brown and Jeffrey Lurie together.
The players are revolting.
I tried to tell you that, and you weren't hearing what I was saying. Not revolting. I just think they all want to be aggressive.
They're letting. Isn't that the quarterback's responsibility, though?
Well, I think the thing I love about Jalen is he really does just want to win, dude.
Okay, but wait a minute. That's not in debate. Isn't that the quarterback's responsibility to speak for his huddle? Isn't that one of the that's one of the things I've always been taught. The guy, well, no, I know this, Andrew. When you walk into a huddle, the only voice you hear is the quarterback's voice. Everyone else is supposed to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but I mean, Jalen's a different type. I mean, Jalen's not going to get on the podium and bring controversy like AJ Brown has. Look, there's the good guys.
Nick Saban beat the shit out of him.
And there's the bad guys. All right, we were doing that this morning. We were doing the Tony Montana this morning. You need people like me because you point your fucking fingers and say I'm the bad guy. All right, that's the bad guy. That's A.J. Brown. That's not Jalen Hurts. Come on, he grew up with a coach, coach's kid. He's not going to do that. But I think he thinks it. But I also think he subscribes to the philosophy of the team because it's been so successful.
So is this more about mending fences with A.J. and Nick?
No.
Or mending fences with – well, no. It's Nick and A.J. If there's a meeting with the fucking owner on the practice field – and you're calling things out. That's not just going, hey, what do you want for dinner tonight? Meet me over at fucking some steakhouse. I mean,
I secretly think that Jeffrey Lurie loves the drama. That's my secret conspiracy.
He's a movie producer.
He's a movie guy. Dude, we're like the Cowboys with success.
Oh my God. Will you remind me of that line when I get
That's
Mark
what we
Holmes
are.
on next
Think
week?
about it, bro. Everybody. And by the way, this isn't just like local media. Like we're talked about like this every week on every national show. It's a good thing for values of your franchise. We are. Jeffrey Lurie's like, and we're successful. I am the better Jerry Jones. All right,
dude. I got everybody posting this thing here going like, yeah, look at John. Great news. The Eagles practice today. Lane Johnson and Cam. That's really good that they're out. I'm glad to see Cam back out there. But the owner of the fucking was the owner of the hey, how many times do you think the owner of the team goes out to practice to talk to players about getting their shit together? You told me that wait a minute. Remember when I asked you about Jeffrey Lurie talking about scheme, being involved in everything? Is this not being involved in everything?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's involved. I mean, if I owned the team, I'd be involved.
Well, you'd be wiping people's noses?
No.
That's what this kind of is, isn't it?
All right. But you're picking at straws because the organization's been successful. If we were Jerry Jones, I'd say, yeah, fucking, get out of here.
Nobody's talking about your success. Wait a minute. Your fucking wide receiver's talking about your team. He's part of that success. He's the one bitching.
I agree with AJ. You're getting me wrong. You're not hearing me today. I agree with AJ. I am simply posing the devil's advocate view of maybe we all just got to accept that our offense is a steaming pile of dog shit. And it's okay because we win.
Because the head coach wants it that way.
Yeah, because we win.
So are you more in belief now that the offense can be more explosive and he doesn't want it to be?
Yeah, I don't say that though to say again, I said this a little earlier. I'm not trying to come up here and say Jalen should be throwing the ball 40 times. I mean, look, he's still Jalen. He still has, a skill set about him. But my whole thing is I don't think the offense is this bad because of Jalen. No. It's not. He's capable of a lot more. The whole offense is capable of a lot more. They're not living up to it. Maybe they don't want to. Prince, Are we wrong? Prince, is Nick right? As much as we hate the offense, Prince, is he fucking right, Prince? Is he right, Prince?
Now he's sounding like me on the post game.
Dude, you were.
No, that's what you're saying right now.
I rescind my apology on Tuesday's show.
Hey, okay. AJ gonna demand a trade at the end of this year?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't
It's
think
gone from fuck no to I don't think so.
Maybe he would, but I don't.
Wait a minute. When do you as a team get tired of it too?
What do you mean? As a team, meaning who?
Always answering this stuff. Having meetings on the practice field today.
Yeah, I think it's part of it.
Instead of talking about the Lions.
Yeah, but what's the alternative? You think it's just kumbaya everywhere else?
I asked you the question. Do you think that's
fucking? I think every team talks about it every week.
Talks about what?
Their offense.
My shitty offense?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're saying that in Los Angeles.
In Detroit, no, but they got other problems they're dealing with every week. It's part of it.
So you think they bitch about the offense in Kansas City?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's not enough talent on that team offensively to be bitching about anything. No talent. I mean, right?
They're in Josh Allen territory there. It's like Patrick Mahomes or bust.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they're trying to sell us Rashee Rice like he's AJ Brown. He ain't. He's like, okay.
I know.
Or wideout.
Or one of them shitty wide receivers Buffalo has. You're trying to sell me that he's AJ Brown.
Xavier Worthy's Tyreek Hill. No, he's not. He's like a fast receiver. He's okay.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I really do admire what he's done this week. I'm talking AJ Brown. I do, man. He's speaking for his team because the quarterback won't step up because here, I'll tell you the story. So AJ Brown is speaking for the team because the quarterback won't step up and speak because that's not the quarterback's nature, according to Xander and everyone else in Philly. That's just not his nature. So he has to have AJ Brown step up, and he has to be the bad guy, as Xander likes to say.
I love it.
Okay? So that's
I need to watch. When we talk about it, I need to rewatch Scarface again. I love
that movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Brian De Palma.
Still, the only thing I have in my life is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for nobody.
Let's get one thing straight, huh?
Yeah, right. I mean,
it's the worst fucking Cuban accent of all time. And he pulls it off like a mother.
Oh, he pulls it off great.
Dude, he is. That's one of his. There's a part of me that likes that better than Godfather.
Yeah, I can see why. Pacino's
I love that. I love that movie, man. I absolutely do. Let's get to some of these supers here, man. I mean,
all right.
Cal, dude, what a fabulous week of content by
dude. I will say.
Listen, not only you've got Green Bay and Detroit wedged into all this shit. Dude, I will say this to you, man. You beat Green Bay. I told the people in Tampa this morning. You can fucking call that offense dog shit. If you got wins against Kansas City, you got wins against the Rams, you got wins against the Bucks, you got wins against Green Bay and then Detroit. Hey, man, we're running out of opponents to fight. You're running out of opponents to fight, dog.
That's what I mean.
But doesn't that remind you of 23? You did all that same shit then too.
Yeah, I mean, we were a very different team in 23 because I think that offense was so doggone, or defense, excuse me, that defense was so doggone bad, man. Those coaches were cheeks, making this is John's point right now, and he's right about this because we're pushing on this offense thing, and he's like, all right, so is your take that they should make a philosophical change at week 11? Because when they did that in 23 on defense, even if Patricia was a better coach than Desai, the thing fell apart. You can't just make philosophical changes in the middle of a year. Adjustments, sure. Philosophical changes?
No. They did that in 23 and it was a train
wreck. They're probably rocking with this unless they get their ass handed to them.
Did you see that Woody Johnson filed a petition of grievance so that those the players in the NFLPA, when they come out with that, what teams are the best teams at taking care of the players?
What a stupid fucking – the NFL is so fucking petty, these guys. They're so petty. It's the weirdest thing.
They don't like those
Shut the
reports.
fuck up. Just make your facilities better. You don't want. We can't have the survey. What? It's the stupidest thing I've ever read. So petty by the NFL.
Owners, because some of these owners, like Woody Johnson, they don't like the fact that the players fill out these surveys with no name on them. And Woody Johnson's filed a grievance against the NFLPA with the NFL, and he wants that survey to be stopped because he doesn't like some of the players saying that you got a shitty organization. Well, dude, you are a shitty organization. You haven't been to playoffs in 15 years. What the fuck?
No limit to being risk averse isn't a philosophy; it's a tendency. Wrong. If that was the case, then when the tendency wasn't working, they would change. They're not. Even when their offense doesn't, even when it looks awful, they're sticking to it. It's their philosophy. That's wrong.
In three,
that is not what a tendency is either. No limit.
No,
Come on.
It's not. Let me go here and tell you this. So if they win another Super Bowl with this philosophy, and they have gone to 3, and inside that right there, that's 3 Super Bowls.
You might never throw a pass again.
Dude, you might look like that fucking Army team that had that quarterback on it.
We might go. You might really have manifested Bryson Daly. You might really.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is the Bryson Daly of the NFL.
Oh man, if they win more, man, this shit's gonna get out of hand.
You might want to sign Bryson Daly.
Yeah,
he might be a great addition to your football team.
Take less hits for Jalen Hurts. Let Bryson Daly beat his head in there.
Oh my God, Big Z, man.
All right, Brandon Lewis says, "Remember, Kansas City manhandled them." What are you talking about?
Detroit.
Oh, Detroit.
Yeah, they did.
Zeal says, key to the game is simple. Eagles have to stop the run. If Goff gets the play-action game going, they're cooked. They're not cooked, Zeal.
But, boy, they get that run game going, man.
When's the last time the Eagles have lost by like a big number?
You got to get your run game going too, man.
When's the last time the Eagles have lost by a big number? Well, I guess the Giants beat the shit out of them.
No, against a good team. How about not that bullshit?
Oh, I don't care if they're good or not. They beat the shit out of us.
I know, but what's the last time a good team beat you up? The Bucks playoffs.
It was 23 season. What about the Bucks?
The first playoff game.
Did we lose to the Bucks in the regular season last year, week 4, right?
Yeah, that was an ass kick.
Yeah, and then we lost to the Falcons too.
Yeah, but that wasn't an ass beating.
No, it was came out in the
Bucks,
final.
The Bucks game.
Saquon dropped the ball at the goal line.
Yeah, San Francisco in 23, but I think a year ago against the Bucks. Before the bye. That Bucks game was before the bye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the Bucks game. Yeah, it was the Bucks. That's the last time you guys got your asses kicked by a good team. Dude, that's rare. You don't see bad games.
What's up, Eric? Eric Long says the biggest thing AJ said was they adapted. We have to adapt. Teams are stuffing the Birds' run game this year. It's either arrogant stubbornness by Nick not adjusting or he is unable, frustrating. It's stubbornness is what it is because they're winning.
It is stubbornness.
Yeah, it's not unable.
But I don't think they're very
here. They didn't run this.
I don't think they're very creative. I don't think. Well, when you have a first-year play
call,
how creative can you be?
That's what I mean. You can't be creative when you're not allowed to throw the ball over the middle because you have more chances at a tip ball or an interception. I mean, you can't be creative.
No, you can't be.
So it's stubbornness.
It's stubbornness. It is.
Guys, it's as obvious as day. Look at how much time Hurts has on the play clock when they run the tush push. It's right in front of our eyes.
How come they haven't run that tush push lately?
When's the last time they ran it?
I can't remember.
They ran it versus the Packers. What are you talking about?
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they got it. Oh, yeah, that's when he got the fumble.
Oh, no, Jalen went around the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that wasn't the fumble.
I thought that was on 4th and 1.
When's the last time you ran the tush push? Monday, Prince.
4
days ago, still.
Wednesday. Wednesday.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Eric, dude, that Rams Seahawks game is going to be good this week.
Dude, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Where is that game? Not that it matters. Both those two stadiums. Well, Seahawks.
Can you imagine? You've got Lions and Eagles, and you've got Seahawks and fucking Rams.
Anybody who thinks this, I mean, Seahawks and Rams is a good game, but I think the best game of the weekend is Eagles Lions.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No question about it. Let's see here. Where is that game? Seattle.
Seattle, I think.
Is it? It's in LA.
In LA?
Yeah, it's at SoFi. Then the other one is Bucks and Bills in Orchard Park. I think the Bills are going to roll them.
The Bills are frauds.
I think the Bucks are going to get rolled because of injuries.
I'm not saying they won't, but I think the Bills are major frauds.
You don't think they're good enough to win enough games right now? Here's your playoff picture right now, okay? In the AFC, Bills are the 6th seed, so they would play – the Broncos would play the Jags, the Patriots would play the Bills, and the Steelers would play the Chargers. Eagles have the bye. Seahawks would play the – wow. Here's your fucking – dude, I don't know about you, but I'm NFC right now. Seahawks would play the Packers. That's a fucking great game. Lions and Bears, that's an NFC North matchup, and I know the Lions are better. Then you got Bucks and Rams. Those are great football games.
A lot of good games this weekend. L. Rob says, James, I'll get your super in a sec. L. Rob says, just remember, fellas, it's a week-to-week league. Things can change fast. Don't be shocked if the offense gets going on Sunday. L. Rob, you are certainly right about that. You had a lot of shit comments yesterday, but looks like you're bouncing back for him today, L. Rob. Welcome back to the conversation, my friend.
Boy, I'll tell you, man, even though, last year they won 15 ball games, Detroit, and they didn't make it because they got stopped in the playoffs.
Wait, so no limit to Xander. Be honest. If we're being if risk averse was a philosophy, then why do they open the playbook when we get coverages and looks? We get the run game working. That's not when they open the playbook. The only time they open the playbook is when they have to come from behind, like they did in the Rams game. And the other thing I would say to you, no limit, why at training camp this summer? If you don't believe it's a philosophy, why at training camp this summer? Every time Johnny Mack come on, he says they don't really throw the ball anywhere but the flats.
As a matter of fact, John would say shit like this, and I heard him going like this. Man, I wish they would throw more deep passes.
They were practicing
throwing any of that.
This is what they wanted to be.
I wish
Look, by the way, Petula is speaking now. I saw a bunch of people messaging me. Why no Petula pressure? I'm like, guys, he's going to do it later, right? Relax. Flat. That's all they do, HKP. It's weird. But here's James. What's up, James? Do you look to trade Nick in the offseason and sign Frank Reich, Kingsbury, or David?
My God. No, I don't either.
No, it's not what's happening.
Okay.
And trade Nick? I mean, trade Nick.
Yeah, come on here. Come on here now. No.
Jane, I like his thought though. Can we get a first round pick for this stuff? Josh Sherman says, Xander, I asked Sills earlier, do you feel as fans we are going to look back at this Super Bowl window with regret because our GM didn't put coaches in place to maximize our guys like AJ, Saquon, and Smitty? Potentially. Josh,
I think that's what he's talking about. I think that's exactly what.
But Josh, I'll talk to you January 31st because at that point we'll know if we're in the Super Bowl or not. I think the Super Bowl this year is February 8th.
I'm looking at the.
I got to go. If they go to the Super Bowl this year, I got to go. I got to be in attendance. At least for media week.
Next gen stats. Line of scrimmage plays so far this year. 70% of the passes have gone to the numbers. 10% have gone to backs. And the rest have gone to the middle of the field. And there's been one plus 30-yard pass that they've had. So you're right. John was right.
What I honestly want?
John was right in camp. They've been practicing this.
I would love to see Jalen go full rogue. Just start calling whatever you want the line.
Hey, AJ, you just take a wheel route.
AJ, run whatever route you want. Burn that corner. I'll get you the football.
You know how you write it in the dirt? You're writing plays in the dirt. You go here and here.
Look who showed up. Our boy, Philly 500. Philly, AJ is Tony Montana, the bad guy. AJ Brown is a leader taking arrows for the offense. Like I said, it's about Sirianni. The Dak glazing will be unprecedented if they beat the Raiders, but the Eagles will be 8-2.
Oh my God. Hey, by the way, Philly, Dak's gonna throw for 450 yards against the Raiders, and he's gonna
We got
take
the Raiders on our schedule, don't we?
get the Chargers.
We get the Raiders too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The Raiders are in about 3 weeks.
Raiders are our easiest opponent left, I think.
Is that after the
Except
Bears?
maybe the Commanders, who, by the way, you should have listened to the young buck again. That team, anybody with a pulse and eyeballs knew that team was coming back to fucking earth.
Yeah.
You fell in love with Jaden Daniels. Overrated. Probably won't last.
How's he overrated? He got fucking
Wait a second.
hurt.
You rag on our guys when they get hurt because Nolan Smith. Why do you beat up on him?
How do you
You're
know
not big enough, son.
Jaden
Daniels runs like he's Jalen Hurts, but he's 142 pounds.
Hurt? How do you know? Calling him overrated because he got hurt?
You can't play Jalen Hurts' game when you're
How do you call him overrated when a guy got hurt?
He's overrated in my eyes.
Okay, he's over.
Bro,
he's
people
over.
had
he played
him.
2 games this year.
Dude, Jaden Daniels is a fine ball player.
Jaden Daniels played 2 games. He's overrated now.
People had Jaden Daniels as a
well, if
top
that
5
kid's
quarterback.
overrated, Hurts is a stiff.
Dude, I saw multiple lists this summer where Jaden Daniels was a top 5 quarterback. That is fucking insane.
He's a top 5 talent. He sure is.
One season.
Bro, he's a top 5 talented guy. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The only people that don't buy that are the people in Philly.
Same content sales is reactivated. He doesn't believe that shit.
I totally believe that.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Bro, we'll see.
No, I'll inject you with some truth serum.
Okay, listen, we shall see. Dude, I completely believe Jaden Daniels is a damn good talent. There's no doubt about it.
All right, let's see how.
I have no problem about that good talent.
All I remember is everybody telling me to look out for the Commanders, who had 1 good season in 25 freaking years. And I said, there's no way that team is even a contender this year. And look what happened. What are they, 3-7?
Yeah.
Is that what they are?
They have a lot of digging to get out of 30 years of shitty football with Daniel Snyder.
Well, you should have factored that in your projection this year.
I did.
No, you didn't. You had a win in the East.
I said it was either going to work big time for them or it wasn't. I didn't say that.
Sills, you can Sills. You can create all. You can add all the context you want.
I never said.
Who did you pick to win the East?
I did.
Okay.
1,000%. By the way, your guy did the right thing because of all those shitty moves he made. He did 9 trades when the season started. There's no doubt he knew he fucked up with all them shitty moves. He had to go and trade for Jaden Daniels or Jalen Phillips because all them bullshit moves he made.
3-7. The old guns are back.
One of the great picks Big Sills had. I'll make the playoffs. That was one of my bold predictions. My boys, the Patriots, look awful good right now. They'll be 9-2 after this weekend.
They look great. I'll give you that. You know who else I had in the summer?
Who?
The Bears. They're tied for first in the North right now.
They're 6-3?
They're 6-3.
Wow. Shit, who they play this week?
They got the
Minnesota.
Vikings.
Wow, if they beat them, they're 7-3 on the season. That means Detroit's got to beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
To stay pace with them.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you might get 3 teams out of the fucking NFC North to go to the playoffs? Bears, Lions, and Packers?
Potentially again. That was another team I was high on in the summer. Johnny Mack told me I was fucking delusional. We got in a fight about the Bears. I was like, John, why are we fighting about the Bears? He's like, Ryan Poles sucks. No, he doesn't.
Well, I think they got a coach in there that's working with.
Yeah.
You know, hey, by the way,
talent wasn't the problem. They have some talent.
Listen to what Lomas told me. Lomas is coming on at 5:30. You know what Lomas said about Ben Johnson going to the Bears? He said like this, Caleb Williams is going to benefit from that guy. He goes, Dan, That guy Ben Johnson's a fucking savant.
Yeah, he's good, dude.
He is a savant, and
Now,
he's
let's say
benefiting.
it's still early. They got 6 wins. I mean, let's see how it plays out. I'm just saying, right now they've won good games, and I don't. The thing I think that's struggle with the Bears right now is as much as they've had a turnaround.
They're too up and down.
Well, no, I don't think Caleb Williams is actually the quarterback that Ben wants. Ben wants a quarterback like Jared Goff. He wants a guy that runs his offense to perfection and gets the ball out on time and on target. Caleb is kind of a playmaker guy who makes plays when the play breaks down.
So you think he wants somebody like Stafford's ability like that?
Stafford or Goff, yeah. I'm going to give you the offense. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be designed perfectly. All you got to do is be accurate and on time. That's what I think he wants. Caleb is not that. Caleb's a fine player. He's got a great arm. He's got great traits, but he doesn't have that.
Are you more surprised about Seattle's play, or are you more surprised about the Bears' play?
Well, I was more on the Bears in the summer, and Seattle was more of a sleeper. But now in hindsight, I'm not surprised by it. They got a great defense, and they brought in Sam Darnold, who's used their weapons very well. I mean, say what you want about Darnold. He's a great regular season guy. Probably go pumpkin in the playoffs again, but, he's done a good job.
Yeah, I can't buy him. But, I mean, of all the NFC teams, Bears and Seahawks, I mean, boy, those two teams have been a surprise. They really have. The Bears right now, if the playoffs were to start, they'd be in the playoffs. I'll tell you one other team, too. I think we both thought would be an improved team. That was Carolina. Because Carolina got better. Carolina, I mean, they're not a superstar team. They're not going to go far, but they can win. When I saw it last year against the Eagles, when they had that final drive, they had a chance to win that game.
Drop the ball. That's right.
I thought, we were like, weren't we like that? The best quarterback on the field that day was the kid from Alabama. He was pretty good in that game, man.
Yeah, Bryce Young. He's not bad. He's just too small.
Hey, Bryce Young's gotten better this year, dude.
He's just small for me, man.
Yeah,
he did, Keith. Thank you for bringing that receipt. He called me delusional about a Jomo too. And now whenever I bring it up, Keith, he just like pushes the conversation aside. Doesn't want to talk about it.
As a matter of fact, at the beginning of the year, I said Jomo might go to the Pro Bowl.
You did. You were. I'm not saying that about you. I'm saying about John. I said, you. Okay, yeah. No. John, me and John were fighting about a Jomo in the offseason. Nobody hates being wrong more than John. Like, he won't even admit it. He is one of those guys. He just cannot be wrong. If I'm wrong, I say it. I don't give a shit.
I'll tell you, what I'm wrong about on the Eagles? Boy, man, Kobe can fucking play, dude.
Yeah, he can. Kobe's a beast.
But I'm still here on this. I don't believe he'll be on the team. If he gets hurt one more time, they're cutting his ass loose.
If he gets hurt again. What if he plays like he did last week for the rest of the year? What do you do? Fuck.
Then you got a problem. Okay, well, then you got a problem. Then you got a problem getting, guess what? Then you got a problem getting Jahad Campbell on the field. Do you move Bond?
Nah.
You drafted a guy 30th. You got to fucking do something there, guy.
I'm keeping Bond one more year, and Campbell's going to have to develop on the bench.
I wonder how Vic would feel about that.
He's used to that, man. He did that at Alabama.
And knowing him, because he was coached that way, he'd probably accept that too.
Maybe. Here, we got a couple more supers. Let me make sure I got all the ones at the top. No press conference for KP today. Yeah, he's having it. All right, we got that. Philly 500, thank you, my guy. Appreciate you.
You bet, brother. Thank you.
Cody says, pre-trade, who's been our best edge defender in y'all's opinion? Pre-trade?
Xander had a good take here with Uche.
Yeah, that was one of my takes. He'd be the best Temu signing. Wait, did you hear Vic today?
No.
He listens to Birds 365. He must. Someone's asked him about Jalen Phillips. He said, yeah, when you shop at Nordstrom, you get good shit. Okay, we've been shopping at fucking Temu all year. Adoree Jackson, Uche Ojulari, all these guys. They're all Timu.
I knew that trade was coming down last or 2 Wednesdays ago.
My boy Vic listens to Birds 365. He knows. We got out of Timu and we hit up Nordstrom. What do you know? We got a good player.
I went over to, you guys dropped the Nordstrom line. It's good. I like it. And
this is, by the way, on the heels of them releasing the Timu thing yesterday. Did you see that? The Eagles media staff made a video about the Eagles players trying on equipment from Timu. You know what that means? So in the internet world, folks, when you work in digital, there's something called SEO. It's called search engine optimization. But basically what it is, the permeation of certain words that are across the internet. So if I type in Dan Sileo, Jalen Hurts, all your stuff comes up. If you type in Timu and Eagles, all of our comments come up about how Howie had a Timu offseason signing all these bullshit players. Now if you type in Timu Eagles, I'm sure their stupid video will come up.
That's why they did that.
Yeah.
That's why they did that, because all our shit was popping up. Yeah, that's
Bobby
good.
Z, Bob, you can try and muzzle us all you want.
Yeah.
You'll be dealing with me for a long time, Bob.
Z, that makes me feel great, dude. What you're doing there with that. That does.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So, and then Vic comes down and says we shopped at Nordstrom.
I wonder if he looked right at John when he said that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Eagles trying to change the algo.
Bro.
Roll says we're conspiracy theorists. Roll, go back to the corner and fucking
Robert Bailey texted me yesterday, and he goes like this: "How you like my boy? How they like him? Our boy Phillips." I asked him this. I go, "You think he gets a 4-year? You think he gets a 3-year contract extension in Philly?
4-year $100 million."
And Robert Bailey goes. Robert Bailey goes. Drew Rosenhaus and Howie Roseman have a sensational relationship.
Yeah, they do.
And he said that there is no doubt that probably in about a month, he keeps this up, they'll come to him and they'll offer him a contract extension.
Yep. 4 years, $100 million, 65 guaranteed.
They'll pay him north of 25?
25 million.
Well,
same deal AJ Brown got for a couple years ago.
And that because of the market changing, Sweat got 19.4. So
AJ Brown got a 4-year, $100 million deal with $57 million guaranteed. That's what they're going to give Jalen Phillips. I'm calling it now.
You think they're going to get closer to 30?
No, 4-year, $100 million with
25
guaranteed.
Would Rosenhaus take that?
Yeah, he will. Dude, the guy's coming off an ACL and an Achilles. Come on, dude. Look, I like Jalen Phillips, but he hasn't demonstrated success to that level yet. I think he can get there. I think he's that good of a player.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't demonstrated health.
But most people who have an Achilles and an ACL on their rookie contract aren't getting those type of deals.
And that's why you moved off of Sweat, because of injuries to the leg. 4 years, $25 million per, with 65 up front.
That's a bargain. Micah Parsons is making 47.
I think Roseman. You know what? I need to get Drew on.
That would be great.
We haven't had Drew on yet, have we?
No.
All right.
He's the agent for a lot of guys on the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. I think he reps Jalen Carter.
Yeah, he does rep Jalen Carter.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Cody, we got that one. Thank you, Cody. Dio, what's up? We'll see how long Jaden Daniels' talents can take NFL hits. Agreed, Dio. I think Jalen Daniels
got to protect the quarterback.
NFL days could be behind him.
Got to protect him.
Hope he enjoyed the fun rookie season. I hope his last dance in the end zone, shaking and baking like a little girl down 20 points in a playoff.
Part of the NFL. Some guys last, some guys don't.
Yeah, that's true. But do you remember when he was dancing like an idiot in the end zone down 20 points in the NFC Championship game?
Not a good look.
One of the dumbest things I've ever legitimately ever seen. And that has nothing to do with the fact that they're a division rival. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. If I saw Jalen Hurts do that down 20 points, I would literally fucking throw my remote at the TV.
You wouldn't see that.
No, I know you wouldn't. Here's Brandon Lewis. Jaden Daniels still has to leave the bedroom door open with his mom around. That is a little bit of an odd dynamic. I never wanted to speak on it publicly because it's just, I don't know, but it is a weird dynamic, Brandon.
Lamar's mom's his agent too, though.
Yeah, but you don't see Lamar's mom like pulling. His mom's out there saying, "Women, stay away from my son." It's like weird. It's weird.
Hey,
bro, he's an NFL quarterback. Let him him chase some tail.
Listen, though. What you have with Lamar's mom goes like this against the Eagles. Why don't you run more? The other mom's going like this. You can't have You can't go out chasing tail.
Yeah. Weird, bro. It's a weird dynamic there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Can't be chasing tail like that.
It's like it reminds me. Speaking of Scarface, you know, how he's protective of his sister. Nobody's allowed near his sister. He kills his best friend. He kills his right-hand man because he marries his sister.
Yeah, his best friend.
Same thing with Jaden. You can't touch it or her son. You know, no women allowed near Jaden. That dude's got to sneak out of the house. He's got to roll the window up and sneak out at night to go and get some tail. Are you kidding me?
Who has the big night Sunday night?
Who has a big night on Sunday?
Who has the big night for the Eagles on Sunday night?
I think Jalen Hurts is a big night on Sunday.
Big night looks like what to you?
Well, I think it's going to look a little different this week because of the opponent. So I'm gonna go up on the passing yards a little bit this week. I'm going to say 250 and 3 tutties.
2 TDs. Any rushing yards?
40. Those numbers are way down.
What do you mean? Oh,
Jalen's rushing numbers this year.
Did you see the last 4 games? I had somebody look it up. It's 52 yards rushing.
Yeah, it was me. I looked it up.
52 yards rushing in the last 4 games. Dude, why are you taking that component away from him?
Is it him? Is it the team? Does it look? I mean, if you want Jalen to be here a long time, it kind of makes some sense. You don't really want him running that much.
So you're making the business decisions on the sidelines?
Yeah, look at this guy. Look, where is this video? Where is this I just saw? Where is Dime Bag? Big night for Hurts. 180, 1 tutty.
Oh, my God.
Come on, Dime Bag. Come on, Dime.
Oh, my God almighty. Oh, my God. That's fucking funny as shit.
All right, I think we got all of our supers.
Dude, what a day. The day in the life of A.J. Brown. Dude, you need to make – this needs to be like a docuseries. Oh, my God. Do you think that he's doing this for the in-season NFC East Hard Knocks?
Who, AJ?
Yeah.
No, the Eagles have final say on what gets aired. They're not going to let any. Dude, you know how Bob. You think the Gestapo Bob Lang is going to allow them to air some shit?
Oh my
fucking
God!
Gestapo over there.
That was on fucking radio, man.
Yeah. So wait, I just ran a test. Okay, I want everybody to go to Google after our show, but go to Google and type in Eagles Temu. Now you get Eagles website, the Temu video.
Hold on.
You get their YouTube video of the Temu. You get their Facebook video of the Temu, and you get their TikTok video. And then you scroll down, YouTube, JAKIB Sports, in quotes from John McMullen, Temu offseason, Eagles shopping at the clearance rack this summer.
If I'm John McMullen, I would go to the Eagles and
we got to double down. I need to make a new Temu video.
Oh, my God.
I need to make a new You see it?
I do. Look at this. One day ago.
You see the JAKIB video?
No. Wait a minute, folks. Watch this. Eagles, one day ago. Yep. Eagles react to Temu football equipment. One. Then another one day. And then another one day. And then the fourth one is JAKIB 8 months ago. Then it goes down to Facebook. Then it goes down to Red. Oh, my God. There's no doubt. Dude, the only person I ever remember saying Temu early in the year was John.
It was
and
John. He dubbed it first.
Yeah.
He dubbed it first, 100%.
Xander, you need to make a video on Temu.
Yeah.
Hey, tomorrow, John, you need to bring it up and then post it.
Yes, I'm going to.
Because that'll throw them off a little bit. Last one here for you. All right, man?
What's that? Right.
You feeling you're going to win this ball game on Sunday?
I feel pretty good. I think it's going to be a tough test. I do.
You think does it matter? Right? I mean, if you win this ball game on Sunday, you pretty much put the NFC to sleep, don't you?
Look at this fucking guy. Roll Philly. I think you're overthinking it, dude. What did you just smoke some weed, or you just hit a blunt, and maybe you had like an indica or something, and now it's got you thinking in circles? Z, I'm trying to grasp the point. One hand, you trash the organization. Then you trash the players. Then call the guys who push back fanboys, but your whole bit is pushing back. Roll Philly. Just sit down and shut the fuck up and enjoy the content. All right, my guy? We're talking about the Eagles football team. All right, day in and day out. You're overthinking it, my boy.
Seriously, dude. You need to get off the toilet with your joint.
This dude's roasting a bowl. Another third bowl of the day. It's like 4 o'clock, dude. Relax. Pump the brakes over there.
One raise, you're blinging. Big Z, great stuff. Hey, anything else to be said today? You think there's anything coming out of AJ, or do you think that, again, will we hear anything the rest of the week? Yes or no?
Well, there are these late practices, so they're going to have locker room availability like probably now or 6 o'clock or something. So we'll see.
All right, brother. Catch you tomorrow morning, man.
All right, dude. Peace.
You got it. That is Big Z. Make sure you catch him out at Birds 365 and all of you guys. Okay? The Sills have a beef with Bob Lang. Is that what you asked? Yeah, Bob Lang's called my bosses here at JAKIB and has tried to get me fired. What do you mean, do I have a beef? I have a beef that goes back with his days in San Francisco when he was a loser PR guy there. Yes, he called my bosses and said that I was anti-Semitic towards the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles. He made some bullshit up that I was being anti-Semitic towards him because I called the general manager a bookworm. No, what did I call him? A glorified CPA. I called him a glorified CPA. He's not wrong, Jason, at all. It just didn't come out of JAKIB. Not sure what you're talking about, but all good. That's wild. It's not wild. It's facts. Well, do you blame George Soros for everything? I don't give a shit about that guy. Dude, I don't care about George Soros. That's wild. I never was. Okay? Yeah. He cost this company every single chance they get. Okay? Every chance they get, they call this company to try to get me canned. Good PR guy. Let that Kaepernick BS get out of control. Woo! Don't go there, Catch. You rekindle something with Big Sales because I blamed him for that. You bet I did. Absolutely. How did you know that, Catch? Good stuff. That's good stuff there, Catch. You must know Big Sills a little bit more than you're leading on to. That's good stuff. How did you know that I was the one that I blamed him for the Kaepernick thing getting out of hand? With the pig socks down in San Diego when he did that? Remember that? He did that whole thing with the pig socks down there. And I called him, what are the 49ers thinking? Yeah. That's right. Good for you, dude. By the way, our friend Lomas Brown, one of the greatest players in NFL history, is going to join us. And we'll do something. By the way, I'm gonna say something here in a minute about Bernie Kosar here. I'm going even bigger. AJ career game. 80 yards, 1 tutty, 2 completed downfield blocks. Let's go. Two tutties. Got me. Hey. Two tutties. Wait, 80 yards. 80 yards. Oh, my God. Got me in my head now. 3 balls before a problem. Oh, my God. 3 bowls. Hey, man, can you do me a favor? Can you get me some aluminum? I can tell Cody. I know who you are, Cody. You ready? Dude, I don't have a pipe. I broke it on the toilet floor. What can I do? Well, my old lady's got tampons. Maybe I can use the tampon paper to roll. No, wait. Get me some aluminum foil. You know, like a crackhead pipe? I need a pencil. How you doing there? I mean, dude, fucking Sileo and Xander fucking bagging on my guys, my team. What the fuck is going on here? Holy shit, dude. Come on, man. Are these guys really shitting on AJ in jail? This guy fucking... What the fuck is going on here, man? Give me aluminum foil. I got to get my pen and I got to get my shit going on here. What are you, fucking nuts, guy? That's good. I'm kidding you. Come on, Cody. What are you going to be like, M. Reyes? Hey, what are you? Hey, M. Reyes. What do you like, M. Reyes? Everything gets your butt hurt? Not me. Not me. The lighter flicking. Come on, man. Oh, man, I'm fucking ripping on my fucking Eagles, man. What's going on here? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You can keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Yeah, the shit house is full. How you doing? Too far. All of my... I don't smoke bowls, man. I eat mushrooms. You know that guy that smokes weed? We got a couple dudes in there that smoke some weed. Sileo banging on my fucking birds again. God damn him. What the fuck, man? What are you doing? It's got to go like this, right? I'll burn my fucking thumbs off. This guy's banging on my birds again. What the hell's wrong with this guy? Holy shit. I'm burning my fucking fingers. Oh, man. Brian. What the fuck, man? Oh, I burned my thumbs. Look. Oh, man. Yeah, I never had sexual relations with that chick under the table. And what is it, the Resolute desk? I did not inhale either. Yeah. Hey, you know the chick underneath the Resolute desk? No, I never knew what happened there. Just saying. Bill Clinton. Yeah, I never inhaled in the chick under the Resolute desk. I don't know how she got there. Yeah, she's wearing a blue dress. What's up? I heard Roseman and Lori exchange money in the latrine. I guarantee LJ says some shit this week. I bet you're right. I'll bet you $1. Just like in Trading Places. $1. Yeah. You're the man, big dog. Ain't laughing. Oh, man. Here, this is one of my favorite guys. This looks like he's smoking a crack pipe. Yeah, I look like I smoke crack too, don't I? Oh, probably because of the thin weight and my great texture that I have here and my 104 pounds because I smoke crack. Yeah. Hey, roll. Know your drug addicts. We know football here, and I know a drug monster. I look like I'm really, hey, look, do I look like I smoke crack? Smoke crack. Hey, no, I know you are a crack, but not a smoke crack. How you doing? Sills, would Norman Brayman ever consider doing an interview with you? Let me see if I can, let's see something here. Norman Brayman. Let's see here. If I could bring this up. I think Norman's still alive, too, by the way. Well, obviously, if you're asking for an interview. Let's see here. Norman Braman. Norman Braman. Yeah, hold on. Norman Braman. Let's see what his assistant says. Here. Norman. I'm asking for you right now, my friend. Norman Braman. Let's see here. Yeah, here's the. Let me send this off. I don't know. Norman was a pretty good friend. Hey, let me tell you something. I know he is. I spoke to him. Hey, Denny, I know he is. He's pretty on top of his cue. He does still show up to work every now and then. Well, he doesn't show up to work. He goes in, and Braman Cadillac is still the biggest Cadillac dealership, like, of all time, like, in America. They're the number one Cadillac dealership in the country. He's Braman Cadillac. Okay, so he might. We were very close. Jerome and I were very close to him. And a guy by the name of Judge Gale, who was a district court judge down in South Florida, who was a super friend of mine. That's who we ended up. That's how I got my Corvette. I got my Corvette from Norman Braman and Anthony Abraham. I know. Norman Braman didn't want to give me the Corvette. I think we could say it now, Neil and all that. Norman Braman didn't want to give me the Cadillac or the Corvette because Jerome had just gotten a Corvette from Braman and Braman Automotive. They didn't want to give me one too because it looked weird. So he sent me to Anthony Abraham, which is AutoNation now. AutoNation bought Abraham Chevrolet. So that's how that worked. I think that's how that worked. I got my Corvette through Abraham Chevrolet, which became AutoNation. And I think Jerome got his through Norman Braman. Dude, everybody knew the Eagles were drafting him in 1986 before you drafted him. Everyone knew that because Braman was over watching our practices. I knew him very well. Buddy came down, and I've told you guys this. He came down and coached us 86 and 87. He came down to coach me. Says the dollar is deep. They need the money for the Timu signings. AJ had to talk to the real OC, Lori. Ooh, I saw that video, man. Seals, could you get Eric Dickerson? You know what? Eric Dickerson, I don't think he's been on, but he and I are dear friends. Braman Auto Cars, big in South Florida, huge in South Florida. Massive. Number one Cadillac dealership in the country, by the way. Big Bentley dealership in West Palm. Yep. A couple of my friends had them Bentleys. One of my friends bought a Bentley. Get this, man. Had 5,000 miles on it. You guys know those auctions that you can go buy cars at? Xander, this might be something for you to think about. So I got a bunch of car dealer guys that I know, and they do this. They buy these cars in bulk. My friend Crawford Kerr, who played with me with the Cowboys and was a former Gator, he bought a 2-year-old Bentley with 5,000 miles on it for like $90,000. The car's like 100. If you put it on the lot, you couldn't sell that thing for anything less than, it was a coupe too. You couldn't sell that thing for anything less than $120,000. And you go to those auctions, I got people calling me all the time. Hey, Sills, I've got a Range Rover that I can get you for $35,000. And they put it on the lot, They sell it for 85. I mean, cars with like $5,000 because they get repossessed. And a lot of these cars get repossessed. So the banks take them over and they sell them in bulk at these auctions. Pretty dope. I've been to a couple of these auctions. I mean, really just pretty crazy. Right? All right. So we're going to catch up with our friend and one of the greatest offensive linemen that's ever played in the National Football League. That is Lomas Brown. We'll talk a little bit more about the Eagles versus the Lions on Sunday. We'll do that next. But don't forget our great friends at Morgan & Morgan, the #1 injury law firm in all the world, in all of America for a reason. They win, folks. This is what they do, man. They defend families across the country, making sure you and your family get the very best protection when it comes to making sure that if you've ever been injured on the job, they are going to be there for you. I told you this before. Morgan & Morgan was founded because John's brother got paralyzed, and it became a crusade for the Morgans to make sure that no family would ever go without proper representation against some of these gigantic companies. Simple as that. And it's been a quest and it's been a mission for the last 25 years. Do me a favor. Go to forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. That's forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. And do me a favor. You tell them Big Sales sent you.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome to the Jet Setters and the High Rollers, to the Shot Takers and the Tastemakers. Welcome to the Viewfinders, the Thrill Seekers, and the Night Owls. Welcome to everything you could possibly want on one 5-mile island. Welcome to the Wildwoods. Book your stay today.
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We go the extra mile to lend a helping hand. We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on Sports Grid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on Sports Grid.
EAGLES. Eagles.
Big Sales National Football Show. Do me a favor. Please hit the like button. And one of the great friends of mine Lomas Brown is going to join us. He's part of the broadcast team. Let me do this. I know that he is one of the candidates for consideration for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Let me give you a little bit of Lomas Brown's resume here. And he works on that broadcast team. I played college football against him. By the way, he's from Miami. And I played college ball. I was a teammate of his with the Detroit Lions. And so he's a 7-time Pro Bowler. He is 4 times he made second team All-Pro. He's on the Lions 75th anniversary team. He's on the Detroit Lions all-time team. He won the JAKIB blocking trophy, which is the top blocking offensive lineman in college football when he played at Florida. He's in the Florida Sports Hall of Fame. He played with the Lions from 85 to 95, the Cardinals from 96 to 98, the Browns 99, the Giants from 2000 to 2001, and the Buccaneers were his final team. So he played from 1985. Think about this. Lomas Brown played in the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, 3 decades of football. 3 decades of football he played from the 80s, 90s, and into the 2000s. And he's up for consideration for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I mean, just a great teammate. So hopefully we're able to catch up with him at the bottom of the hour here. Now, let me say something to you about Cam Jurgens. So I think this is a big concern for Cam Jurgens. This guy doesn't come back healthy. Now, maybe again, all that stuff from a year ago and the 2,000 rushing yards and the tush push and all of that, maybe it did take too much of a toll on him. I think that just shows you the kind of career that Jason Kelce had. You know, Cam may be more talented or as talented. We'll never know. I don't think he's going to be the same. It is going to be hard for me to believe that that guy's going to be the same. He is getting beat up in there. And I don't know if it's not in the best interest of the team to keep Brett Toth in there. I don't know. I mean, that is going to be something to keep an eye on as you move forward here with his career. Because they gave that guy, I mean, you talk about coming off the injury table, and all of a sudden there's a contract extension for him. And did they rush to give him this contract extension? We shall see. Hey, listen, we're all hoping he comes back here with this. We really do. All right. So A.J. Brown has been the front and centerpiece of all the conversation today, pretty much all around Philadelphia, and not just Philadelphia. On every single website, go to CBS Sports, go to ESPN, go anywhere, go to Fox's websites. You can see that this thing, A.J. Brown's got concerns about the offense. How much of a distraction do you think this becomes? Or does it? Or maybe this is the best thing you could have happen when you got a game like this. Takes your focus off of something like that and keeps the energy level down. Because again, you don't need any hyping for a game like this with Detroit. This is a game every single person has been waiting for 2 years. Because you can make the argument, these have been, here, what was it a year ago? They were 15-2, and they're now 6-3, right? Well, they're 21-5. You're 21-5 over the last 2 years. These are the 2 best NFC teams. I think the Rams are in. Seattle's moving their way in. Okay? They're moving their way in. But the 2 teams that everyone wants to see are these 2 teams here. The Lions. Hey, by the way, I think that game this weekend between the Rams and Seahawks is going to tell us a lot about both those football teams. If the Rams pound that Seattle team, Rams are they're going to be a tough team later in the year here. They are. Now, if they get home field advantage, my opinion, home field advantage is going to come down. If you look at the standings now, this is why these games are starting to matter now. Because look at the standings, okay? The Eagles have the top seat as of right now. But this could all change here. Eagles are sitting at 7-2. Lions win this football game, it's 7-3, and they got the tiebreaker against you if they have to hold it at Ford Field. The Rams are sitting at 7-2. You got the tiebreaker against them. So they have to have a better record than you. If they beat Seattle and they go 8-2 on the season and you're 7-3, the Rams take the lead in the top seed by Monday in the playoffs. That's how much this weekend can dictate in the changing of seeding. And I think this is going to play out right now when it comes to home field advantage. The teams that are going to be playing for home field are going to be Philly. I don't think Chicago's going to play for them. I think Detroit's going to be in that room. I don't believe the Bucs are going to be in that room. I think the Seahawks and the Rams, those teams are going to be the teams that are fighting for home field advantage. Philly, Detroit, Seattle, the Rams, I think are going to be the teams. I don't believe Green Bay with that tie because they're sitting. If Green Bay wins this weekend, they'll be 6-3-1. You've beaten Green Bay. You've got the tiebreaker over them. And you've got the tiebreaker, like I said, for the Rams to host home field, they've got to have a better record than the Eagles. The Eagles, the Rams, we see what the Rams got coming up. Boy, it is really going to come down. I think one game's going to make the difference here. So check this out. The Rams have Seattle this weekend, Tampa Bay next week, Carolina, which won't be an easy out. They got Arizona, a divisional opponent. Then they've got Detroit, Seattle, Atlanta, Arizona. That's how they finish the season. Look at this stretch for the Rams. Seattle, Tampa Bay, Carolina, Arizona, Detroit, Seattle, Atlanta, and Arizona. Atlanta's going to be fighting for the NFC South because I think the Bucs are going to fade. I think in 2 weeks, the Bucs are going to be 6-5. Bucs are going to lose in Buffalo this weekend, and I think the Bucs lose next week at SoFi. So they'll be 6-5. I think there's a chance Carolina can win the NFC South. I do. You know what? I don't know what the Bears are. I'm worried about the Bears in a few weeks. Their secondary has 2 guys with 4 picks already. And CJ's changed he has changed that culture. I want to see more of the Bears. I don't really know, okay, who they are. Let me take a look at Seattle now. Dude, this is going to be a great race for home field advantage. This thing is not going to be locked up until the end of the year. You're not going to be able to take games off. So Seattle has this. Check this out. You got the Rams this weekend. They got the Panthers the following weekend. They got San Francisco. Here, let me go here. Wait, here they are. Excuse me. So here is the Seahawks. They've got the Rams. They've got the crappy Titans. They got the Vikings. They've got the Falcons. Hey, dude, Seattle might win home field. Then they got the Colts, Rams. Wow. Look at what they finished their last 4 games. They finished with the Colts, the Rams, the Panthers, and the 49ers. this is really going to be a really close race for home field advantage. And what you are doing right now in Philly with the teams that you're beating Tampa Bay, beating Green Bay, beating the Rams. If you beat, listen to this, how crazy would this week be with all the drama that you have in the middle here between AJ? You beat Green Bay, and then you turn around and beat Detroit within 7 days? That's fucking crazy great. And you really have almost all the tiebreakers. The only team that you don't have a tiebreaker over is Seattle because you don't play them. Every single team, if the Bucks, you're not playing Carolina either. But I don't think Carolina's going to fight for home field. They're fighting for a playoff spot. Really doesn't matter if we can figure out a consistent run game. We're cooked in January. I'll say this. The Eagles have to get that run game going by the end of the year in the playoffs, yes. Because if you don't have a run game in the playoffs, you're not going to win. Because that run game predicates everything you do when it comes to how your offense is going to throw the football. We can't let them get in. You cannot let the Rams get home field. Okay? You cannot. Let me see that in the AFC how that looks. Who's going to win home field in the AFC? My God, I'm going to tell you, I think the Patriots have a shot to win home field. Them or the Broncos. And I think they play this week. I think it's Chiefs and Broncos this week. The Chiefs are here. If the Chiefs lose this weekend to Denver, they're 5-5. They're going to have to go on the road if they're going to want to get to the Super Bowl because they'll have 5 losses. And they'll be fighting for a playoff spot. One of my predictions, then I backed off on it. I probably shouldn't have. I said the Chiefs wouldn't make the playoffs. If they lose this game against Denver, they're 5-5. And I said the Chargers would win that division. But the Broncos right now, they're 1 game up on the Chargers. Look at these point differentials too. 62 points for the Broncos, 37 for the Chargers, 76 for the Chiefs. Chiefs are putting points up, but they're still dropping games because they're playing one of the tougher schedules. Boy, home field might come down between the Colts and the Patriots. It just might come down between those two. It is going to be and I say this, even where you're sitting right now, I think both conferences, I'm not sold anybody right now who's going to win. Eagles are in the driver's seat in the NFC because I think the teams that you've beaten. I really do. Chiefs won their last Super Bowl having to play on the road. Can't count them out. I know. And listen, Denny, I'm not. Okay? Sounds like us Eagles have the easier schedule, the rest of the NFC for home field. Let me take a look at that. I believe you do. I think you do. You know what? I think this next stretch is tough because here you just played the Packers, so I'm counting that. Packers, Lions, Cowboys, Bears, Chargers, Raiders, Commanders, Bills. Inside of that window, then you got Commanders again. Probably I'm going to stop at the Bills. The first Commanders to get to the Bills. 1, 2. The Cowboy game, they're going to play it like it's their Super Bowl. The Lions, Bears, Chargers, and Bills, you still have on your schedule playing for home field advantage and playing for the best record in the NFC. That's a pretty tough schedule and a pretty tough stretch of games. Just like the old time. Pats and Colts. Yeah, the very old school. As of right now, I got the Colts versus Detroit Super Bowl. Until this offense can get going, I can't pick us. Let's see what they do against. Let's see what they do against Detroit this weekend. Okay? Yeah, true. Forgot about the Chargers. They've wobbled a bit, but they rally. Soon, they'll have a bad week, then they'll come back charging right back. That's a good football team, man. Herbert's having, I told you guys that the difference between Justin Herbert having a guy like Brandon Staley as the head coach and having a guy like Jim Harbaugh is going to be night and day. Okay? It's just absolutely going to be night and day. Okay? So, look, I think this is going to be an absolutely fabulous. Let's see here. Let me just send a message to Lomas. Hopefully, we got our guy coming up here talking to him about some Detroit Lions. Yeah, so look, I think the Lions are going to be a great test for this team on Sunday. They are balanced. They have a great roster. I think Brad Holmes has done a spectacular job at building that roster up. I keep bringing this up all the time about that Stafford trade. And I talked with Lomas a couple weeks ago when the Buccaneers played the Lions. I forget when they played them. But we brought him up. We brought him in, and they were playing the Buccaneers, and we were talking to him about how that Stafford deal has really benefited both. The Rams ended up getting their Super Bowl, and Detroit has gone on to really do well in the draft, and Brad Holmes has done a heck of a job in doing what he's done when it comes to building that football team. That's really a great team. I like Dan Campbell a lot. Colts have all three phases of the game right now. Don't sleep on them. When you look at their schedule, though, a little bit, you get a little bit and you're looking at it and you go like this again. I mean, I get it. I think they're good too. And I love the job that Shane Steichen has done. Jones has been to the playoffs and won a game. Beat Minnesota with the Giants, I believe. Packers and Eagles in the NFC title game? That could be. That clearly could be. Okay, we're efforting our friend Lomas. Hopefully we're able to catch up with him. Yeah, so the two keys in this game, I'll give you the prediction tomorrow. I think it's coming down to those two guys that run the football for the Lions. If they can get running and they can run that football and they can threaten the run game against Philly, and Philly can't stop that run game, I think it's going to be a tough night for them. But I'm not thinking they can't have a great game against the Lions. Offensive line has been one of the better lines that has been graded by PFF this year. They're like in the top 5. Okay? They're like in the top 5. Packers ain't beating the Rams. Dude, sometimes it's more about matchups. Some teams have other teams' numbers, especially it's a week, that line we use all the time, it's a week-to-week league. Let's see here. We don't want Detroit or the Rams to win home field. They play indoors. I've always thought that a team that plays outside, I think that's tough. But you're right. Dome teams. When's the last dome team to win a Super Bowl? Has to be like the Rams, right? I mean, a lot of dome teams don't win Super Bowls. Thoughts on Campbell calling plays now for the Lions? Yeah, I don't get it. I didn't really think that their offense was struggling that much. I didn't think they were struggling. But obviously, I think they want to run the ball more. Dan Campbell wants to run the ball. And I didn't think Johnny Morton was doing that bad a job. I really didn't. When anyone, I don't care what anyone says. I hate Nick and his political press conference nonsense. But it's too hard to argue with his resume. Undefeated against all NFC North and the Rams. Also beaten Allen, Lamar, and Mahomes. I think he's a product of the environment. I'm sorry. You guys can think whatever you want about him. You're entitled to it. I think that team wins in spite of him. I think you could have another quality coach. Are you telling me you don't think Andy Reid could do the things he's doing? Are you telling me you don't think another coach could go in there that's a high-quality coach and win as many games? I think you're crazy. I really do. I mean, excuse me. I think you put any quality coach in there and you put a play-calling guy in there, you're going to win games. Let me just get it one more. Let me try one more shot here. You can log on now. Hopefully we're able to catch up with him. He does a show too in Detroit. So that may be the holdup. Because I know that he does a hit in Detroit every day around this time. So the coaches will double down, triple down, million down on their offense. We saw this with Brian Johnson and some parts with Kellen Moore. We absolutely did. We could play what if all day with other coaches. You think they can get as much out of the limited Hurts? David, what are you talking about? He's Hurts. You don't really believe that he's developed him into some sort of good quarterback, do you? Do you really believe has he coached him into being a better player as a passer in the pocket? Absolutely not. Where are you getting that? It's 2 years you're hanging out at the bottom of the NFL in offense. And the only reason it was covered a year ago was because the great running game. What are you watching? I do feel like AJ talking to Lori is kind of caused a shift. Either AJ falls in line or Lori pushes to help AJ with what he thinks needs to be changed. The owner going down on the field today to talk to AJ Brown and to have Big Dom put everyone in the room shows me there's a divide somewhere. These guys are not, Nick talks about everybody in culture. Does that sound like culture to you? That the NFL owner of the Philadelphia Eagles has to come down onto the field with Big Dom to get everyone together to get on the same page for the Detroit game? Where's the fucking culture? What bullshit culture are you talking about with Nick? Like, where are you getting that from? Right? Where are you getting that? No, he's derailed his development. And on top of that, he scrapped and abandoned everything Jalen did well. Yes. Dude, I'm more on Hurts' side now. And I'm blaming more the head coach because the way he's and Xander's right. You've got to look at it both sides. They win. Okay? So which means this. The shit they did to Wentz by not developing him because all they cared about winning, they don't develop quarterbacks in Philadelphia. They actually ruin them. Well, some would say, well, they win. Carson Wentz, his era in Philly wasn't an abomination. I mean, you don't go to the playoffs. Guy had a 4,000 passing yard year. He's the only quarterback in Eagle history with 4K. He had a 30 touchdown year one year. I mean, he wasn't a bad pick. It just ended poorly. Says, why does the Eagle organization make ridiculous decisions on hiring training wheel coaches? They make this so much harder than it should be. You know what their philosophy probably is? We have more control over the direction of the offense and more control over the direction of the plays and more control of the direction of what we want to have happen. And it makes it easier for us to put player personnel in, and it does. If you notice one thing about Howie and drafting, you know why Howie's gotten better at drafting? They haven't changed the offense or defense. Hey, Yale, how easy do you think it is, Yale, to draft and recruit players if the same system's intact and you don't have these revolving systems, 43-34 defense, spread offenses, more of a power run offense? How easy is it for you to bring personnel in for Howie when you've got one situation? Injury report just came out. Jurgens is the only player limited. Okay? He might play. He might play in this game. I don't know, man. If he's not healthy, I don't know if I want that guy in there. But think about what I just said. You know why Howie's gotten better at drafting? Howie's gotten better at drafting because the same system's intact. Here's the injury report for the Philadelphia Eagles. And Cam Jurgens, limited practice. You've got, there we go, Jacorian Bennett, full practice. Darius Cooper, full practice. Could see him at number 3 a little more. Landing quad, full practice. That's great. I'll tell you what about Lane, man. Kudos to Lane Johnson. Dude, I thought that was a really serious ankle injury on Monday night. By the way, think about what he's going to do and how many cortisone shots he must have gotten this week. So that thing looks serious. He finishes the game, and now he's going to start the game on Sunday versus Detroit. It's fucking great. He's talking about toughness. The rest of these guys, it's Nolan Smith, triceps, full practice, and Tyler Steen, oblique, full practice. Eagles going into this game, once again, no excuses. You're pretty healthy here, except for Jurgens. Lane Johnson's a beast. He is a total beast, dude. He really is. I mean, I first thought it was a knee. That guy's a beast. Okay? He is. That guy's a beast. Seals, the coaches drive me nuts. They like to say each game is different. The defense did this or that. They need to win they need to own their incompetence. No excuses for AJ being 50th of 250 million, being 27th on third. I got it. Let me see what's something about AJ over here. Where is he on the stat list in targets right now? Let's go down here for AJ Brown. By the way, guys, I'm sure we'll get Lomas tomorrow. Let's see here. Where is he in targets? Holy cow. Is he that? He's 50th. Let's check him out in targets. He's 50th in receiving yards. Where is he in targets? He's 43rd with 54 targets. Romeo Doubs has more. Harold Fanning Jr. has more. Kyle Pitts has more. Juwan Johnson, New Orleans Saints, has more targets, more yards, and more catches than Devontae Smith. That can't be. He's got 31 catches, The New Orleans Saints wide receiver, Juwan Johnson. Is there another Saints receiver with more? I don't even know. I really don't even know who this guy is. Holy cow. Juwan Johnson. Is on pace for more yards and more catches than A.J. Brown with the Saints. With the Saints and Spencer Rattler and a shitty team. Okay? Wow. That's fucked up. If it's Jalen's doing, Nick has to fix that. If it's Nick, KP doing, Jalen needs to fix that. Dude, I mean, it is malpractice. Holy cow. Man, that A.J. Brown's having a terrible year. There's no doubt about it. He's on pace for 700 yards and 59 catches. 700 yards for a guy 2 years ago. And you know what? I can hear people saying, well, he's lost a step. What do you mean he's lost a step? You throw the ball to him 3 times a game. How did he lose a step? Seals, on a struggling team, a guy like AJ being 50th could get a coach fired. Dude, or a general manager fired if you trade him to the Eagles. That GM that was in Tennessee got blown out because he got rid of AJ. And Mike Vrabel was like, why? Smitty and Goddard having record years is malpractice. Let me see this here. Having record fucking years? You're having a common year in today's NFL. Record years. Fucking dummy. He thinks 1,200 yards is a record year. I saw a record year a couple years ago with 1,500 yards by A.J. Brown. Record years? You mean personal record years. Malpractice. Get this. M. Reyes' fucking offense is 26, and he says, get this guy. He thinks it's all good. Your offense. Here's the Eagles' offense. This is what this guy thinks when it comes to the Eagle offense being, and him telling me that he thinks I'm full of shit here with this. So let's take a look at your boys and your offense. Holy cow. This guy will make every fucking point of mine. Total offense. Eagles are 23rd. Passing. This will be a joke. They're 25th. Rushing. They're 21st. That's malpractice. My friends, that's malpractice. People to focus on unnecessary things. Keep the main thing the main thing. Reyes, the offense is bottom 10. He don't want to hear that. This guy doesn't want to fucking hear that. This guy's Bob Lang's cousin. It's like Bob Lang. Hey, by the way, okay, my takeaway is this ain't me saying it. This is A.J. Brown saying it. My understanding is A.J.'s separation rate has gone from 2.6 yards of separation to 1.7. So injuries are probably catching up with him. No way. Okay? No way. See this? This is wrong. You were 8th a year ago in offense, total offense. 8th. You were 27th in passing, but your run game was so great. You were 8th in offense a year ago. Nice try, douchebag. Nice try. Guy's a bullshit artist. It wasn't bottom 10 last year. That's right, Brandon. You were 8th in total offense last year. Bottom 10. You mean shit passing. The players can focus on the next game. I don't have anything to do with the next game. I'm going to point this shit out I see. All right. AJ's trying to fix it as a leader. No way he's lost a step. I don't believe it either. Okay? How do you blame the coaches when AJ's running open but not getting looked at? I kind of explained this earlier. It's the philosophy of the head coach. By the way, AJ Brown's not blaming Hurts. They want to run the ball. They don't care about the passing game. They just don't. By the way, once again, the owner going on the field today, you guys don't think that that's a big deal? To get all the parties together? He's hearing all this. The owner of the Philadelphia Eagles came out of his luxury box to go down onto the field today at practice with Big Dom, according to NBC, to bring the guys together and try to figure it out. I mean, you could make little of it all you want. By the way, Jason Kelsey said the media is making more of it. Well, the fucking owners went down on the field today. The owner went down on the field today to address it. Jason Kelsey's wrong. But Sills, it isn't just philosophy. It's complete incompetence and malpractice. Saying it is a conservative philosophy is too generous of an explanation. Yeah. It's kind of embarrassing. Embarrassing that you had to have the owner today go down on the field because he didn't like what was being said. In 100% fairness, the common thread we could take away is that Nick is not a good problem solver. He couldn't solve the problem in 23. I agree with you. I don't believe he's a problem solver either. By the way, I'm not giving that guy the benefit of fucking any facts. The glazing of that guy is ridiculous. I completely disagree with that. And people are going to play the other. It's right to ask that question. Well, so is they wrong? Bro, it's not that they're not wrong. You're a pawn in the middle of it. Don't act like you're part of the whole thing making it work. They won a Super Bowl without you. They've won a Super Bowl with a whole different regime, whole different quarterback, whole different players. The one common denominator is Howie. It's Howie Roseman. I knew week one when I saw the offense. Hurts running for his life in the game just did not sit right with me. And it's played out the whole time. By the way, there is a point here. I think you could win a lot of football games this year. I really do. Get to the postseason, I'll have the same philosophy. You keep winning games like this. You're playing with disaster. Let me say this to you. If you go 14-3 and get bounced in the first round, wow. You win all those games and you get into the playoffs and you get beat and one of these games catches you, you don't have a blocked field goal at the end. Okay? You don't have a guy throw a pick in the final drive. All that stuff gets corrected in the NFL's postseason. I just don't think you have the margin of error like you did one time. I'm surprised Lori went on the field publicly. Well, wait a minute. Sean, he did that for everyone to know. Why? He wanted everyone to know he understands AJ's frustrations. That's in support of AJ Brown. AJ, we need you. We want you. Let's get this together here. Because if it was going to be behind closed doors, it would have been in Nick's office. Okay? This team has too many good players for a team to look this way. Yes. Hey, the Browns, I wouldn't go that far. All right, my friends. Hey, listen, I apologize about Lomas. I'm sure we'll get him tomorrow. Hey, the number one injury law firm in all of America is our friends at Morgan & Morgan. The number one injury law firm in all of America, man. These people make sure you and your family get protected and get the best representation possible. Make no mistake about that. It's just what they do. Thousands of attorneys from coast to coast. Go to forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. Do me a favor, okay? That's forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. Do me a favor. You make sure you tell them Big Sales sent you.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome to the Jet Setters and the High Rollers, to the Shot Takers and the Tastemakers. Welcome to the Viewfinders, the Thrill Seekers, and the Night Owls. Welcome to everything you could possibly want on one 5-mile island. Welcome to the Wildwoods. Book your stay today.
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We go the extra mile to lend a helping hand. We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on Sports Grid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on Sports Grid.
EAGLES. Eagles.
Without a doubt, guys, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you so much. Tomorrow is a football Friday, getting you ready for the weekend. Unbelievable. Lions and Packers. Thank you so much. We apologize about Lomas Lomas just texted me. We'll have him tomorrow, along with Mike North and also the legendary Philly Godfather. Xander will join us. We will see you tomorrow. Big Z, thank you very much. Joe, thank you, and we'll catch you on the flip side.